What do you mean shit keeps happening in all sports?
Sports.
There's a lot of things happening in sports.
Like what?
The trades.
The
NBA
trades and like the big trades. I mean, I just got I just got notification about the Aaron Rodgers situation.
Yeah, I did too.
What happened with him?
We will talk about it
Okay,
because
I don't know about this.
So normally, if you've been following the other 3 season finales of the Commitment to Excellence, what we do is an award show. Like, what was your favorite play? Who should have been the MVP? Saquon. But this year, there's just so much sport news between this show and the last show that we did. We're just gonna end on a regular show.
Yeah.
And I think that's perfect. I think I think that like just
No
because there's so much shit.
No gimmicks.
Yeah.
The other thing was, and I'd love to talk about the MVP thing because I actually had a reframing of thought.
Okay.
My answer
Luka
doesn't
and
change.
Sammy
I
being
knew
the
it.
franchise of a Texas organization, yet going to California.
Also slightly overweight, as we talked about earlier before the show.
Chunky Luka's better than most basketball players. He's not Chunky Zion.
AD got hurt immediately.
Yes, he came here and the wind blew too hard.
Yeah. He was awesome in the first quarter. In the third quarter, he took a step back and then crumpled on the floor. And I was like, God damn it, man. Because I was one of the few people I was like, I think this trade's actually good for the Mavs.
Yeah, you were the one person that was like,
Yeah.
I think the Mavs actually won on this deal.
I 100. I still feel that way, actually.
And after you get out of panic mode as a Mavs fan,
Yeah.
it's and don't get twisted. I'm not a fan of the trade, but it's not the worst trade ever. Like, it's actually star for star. That's why I think a lot of people were confused.
Yeah.
because you don't. Are we talking? I mean, time out. How do we break this down?
So, well, we can go a little free form until we get into the NFL. But on this note, it is kind of funny. I was like, this trade wouldn't be possible in a fantasy league.
No,
Like,
it's not. Like somebody said, it's not even possible on 2K.
Yeah, 2K's like, no. Well, I love the story where it was what's his name? Nico, the Mavs GM. What's his last name?
Harrison, right?
Yeah.
He was trying to get AD and like a first, I think, for Luka.
Yeah.
And Rob Pelinka's comeback was like, yeah, but he's fat. I was like, you get AD. And apparently the ownership, Mavs ownership, was like, we get it done. Like, it was ownership, not Nico, that was like, we're ready to move off.
I've heard a conspiracy theory. I don't know how real it is, but they're trying to tank the team to move them to Vegas.
Oh, the Mavs?
Well,
Yeah.
I've actually heard a deeper conspiracy theory that it's a threat to get the Mavs worse so that they can have a tangible threat to move them to Vegas so that the owners of the Mavs, like the owners, can build a casino and get gambling going in Dallas, Arlington area. So otherwise they go, we either get our campuses, they're trying to build a campus for gambling, essentially. We either get that or we move to Vegas. The only way they can do that is if they have real leverage. If they suck and Vegas is willing to give them a bunch of money and a bunch of
TV rights.
TV rights and
Vegas doesn't
a
have a
stadium.
basketball team.
Right, they don't have a
Vegas doesn't
basketball
have
team.
a
So it's like a whole thing where like the owners are trying to get gambling going in
Well,
Texas.
if Luka is the reason why gambling gets going in Texas, well, then I'm a fan.
Or Luka's absence.
Yeah, I mean, you know me, but that's not. I would
will
love
lose everything.
Yeah, I would. I said that before.
You go visit your mom. You go visit your mom, and all of a sudden you're just without pants and shirt, and you have one of those hobo sacks
You got your
on
prize
shoulder.
pick set up for today?
Oh my God! First of all, of course. The second of all, fucking did the sun come out today? Yes.
Hey, no fucking free sponsors. We're out the door, but we're not sponsoring no gambling bullshit.
I said DraftKings. You still got some days.
Weird City goodies can get all the gambling sponsorships.
But I will say, I think there's layers to this trade and this kind of considerations here because ultimately, I think the biggest problem that the Mavs did with that transition is the Mavs had been that one organization where they just consistently had a name that's been associated with their franchise.
Yeah.
And it's been like, it was Dirk. Dirk was consistent. Dirk was consistently there. Everyone loves Dirk. All the money, like, even when you go to Dallas, like, yeah, a lot of places, like, sell up and boost up their stars. But Dallas, like, I mean, motherfucker's face is in the airport. He's everywhere. Like, Luka was everywhere. Dirk was everywhere. Like, that's how you kind of build that up.
I don't think Luka was as beloved as Dirk.
No. He hadn't, like, but Dirk had just been there for so long that he got to that point. And Luka hadn't been there that long yet.
I do think Luka's likability is part of the problem. I don't find him likable at all.
Everyone that is a Mavs fan loves him, as far as I know.
But everyone who isn't can't stand him. Like
That might be true. But
because-
does that matter if it's outside the organization? Like, I hated Aaron Rodgers for years.
I still hate
And it
Patrick
didn't
Mahomes.
matter to the Packers.
I think with the NBA it does because personalities are such a bigger part of what.
Well, I think it's tricky because to your point, right?
Yeah.
I think universally Dirk was one of those people. No one did. Like
Everyone loves
Motherfucker came up with with an aluminum covered plate from his wife. The game. Well, he was for the culture. I think, but the delta there was just Luka hadn't had that time yet, right? And granted,
he's been there for 6 years.
6 years, but
5 or 6.
But NBA is kind of like
Yeah.
he hadn't got his supermax. He hadn't got that
Right,
I'm
that's
here.
true.
I'm entrenched. I'm just
Yeah.
not going anywhere. Which I think a lot of people had just been like, oh, yeah, we're waiting on that and
Yeah.
kind of making that transition. But Luka was a well enough liked
In
player,
Dallas, for
and
sure.
not even just in Dallas, in the sense of people who don't follow sports could watch Luka and be like, oh, that's a really good basketball player.
True, yeah.
My girlfriend, who doesn't follow basketball but did play basketball, was like, oh no, like she sat down and watched the entire Mavs game because she was like, that guy's really good.
Yeah.
And so it's just a fascinating decision because unfortunately, while I think it's it's a not terrible decision for the franchise in terms of
Yeah.
its execution of being a team. I don't care for AD or Kyrie or any of the players.
Yeah, they're not. AD is like milquetoast, I think.
No, he's not a bat, but he's not like a face I think of. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, Kyrie is a clown. Like Kyrie, every time he opens his mouth, you're like, dude, please stop.
I only have a small love for AD because he went to Kentucky. So the year that I was deployed, Kentucky won March Madness.
Yeah.
And so I got to see my roommate freak out over that. That was
Yeah.
about it. Like getting news reports the old-fashioned way through letters.
The worst part about Kyrie Irving is that he gives credence to shut up and dribble. Because every time he talks, you're like, dude, please stop it. And he's so fun to watch play. I think I get frustrated with Kyrie because he's one of my favorite players to watch because his game is just like, I don't use this term often, but it's beautiful the way he moves the ball with the ball and passes, and he can shoot. But every time he opens his mouth, he sounds like Aaron Rodgers.
He's just one of those players you're like, please.
Yeah.
Please, man. Like if he were even a monochrome of just likable,
Yeah.
Kyrie'd be up. Like he's a painful one where it's like,
Yeah.
oh man, if you were a monochrome of likable, you'd be a star. You'd be
He
that
was.
person that's like the star. And he was.
He was back in Cleveland, and when he was doing Uncle Drew, he was. Everyone loved him, and then he just started saying crazy off the wall shit.
Was he flat Earth?
And he doesn't have CTE as an excuse.
No.
That's
Was he
unfair.
flat Earth? Was he the one?
Yes. Yeah.
Wait, who was the one that did who? People have been reframing it as, oh, he retweeted and explained a book or promoted a book where it was like an anti-Semitic book.
That's
him.
Kyrie.
God damn him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if it's crazy.
His 1 year of college didn't do him enough.
No. I love that Charles Barkley says about him. It's like Charles Barkley says, Kyrie acts like he's smarter than everyone because he went to Duke for a year. It's like, man, you went there to play basketball.
Also, Duke's not that good of a school.
because of your grades.
It's not. Yeah, it's not like you can hang over people's heads.
I looked
Duke's an Ivy League school.
Yeah, it's a really smart school.
Duke's not that good of a school.
It
the
is-
fact that I don't know it's an Ivy League school means it's not worth it.
That's a reflection on you, not on Duke.
Duke
You're
is
not knowing that doesn't make it not an Ivy League.
Duke is a basketball team. That is all they are. It's like Gonzaga. What the fuck does Gonzaga do with school? They are a
Gonzaga's
basketball.
also a
They
really
don't
good
even
school.
got football. They don't got nothing. Gonzaga's just basketball.
I will meet Sammy in the middle and y'all in the middle here, where I say I think Duke is not first known of being as an Ivy League.
It's not Harvard or Yale.
Yeah, that's not. But
Yeah.
it's also not like.
So what's the point?
Like, but when you
But it's third.
You know, it's Harvard, Yale. Is MIT
Princeton.
one?
Columbia,
Columbia?
MIT, right? But I
Is
think.
MIT one of them?
It's not an Ivy League, but it's up there now for sure.
But how do I put it? The way I frame it is, even when you're thinking about Duke, like you think about a lot of colleges and.
Yeah.
Duke's schooling is not the first thing I'm ever thinking about when I think of Duke. I think
Duke,
of football. I think
that's
of,
right.
they're a good sports school, and then they're an Ivy League school. Like,
But I don't even think of them as a good sports school to give credence to Sam's argument because they're not good at football.
No.
They're not good at baseball.
I
They're
think of them
only
basketball.
They're good
It's-
at basketball.
they're Gonzaga.
Once in a while.
They just
but Gonzaga is also a really good school,
No,
aren't
it's
they?
not.
let's-
Where is it? Where is Gonzaga?
I
don't know.
California.
I don't know anything about them.
Nobody knows.
It's New York.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't.
It's New York, and
That's not my fault.
No, it's not your fault.
It's reputation.
Because yes, Gonzaga's one of the schools, and basketball does this, where a bunch of schools with a bunch of names show up, and you're like, they're only relevant in college basketball, and then they go into the wayside, and some crossover with football, but for the most part.
Do you remember when Wichita State was relevant in basketball for 2 years?
Wait, Duke isn't even a fucking Ivy League, you fools!
I didn't.
It's Brown, Columbia, Cornell, Dartmouth, Harvard, Princeton, University of Pennsylvania, and Yale.
I didn't say it was an Ivy League.
He did.
I did.
He did, and I backed him up on it.
Yeah, so fuck both of you. Duke
but it's
ain't
still
shit.
a really good school.
It's still,
It is a better than most school.
yeah.
I'm gonna prove you wrong.
I could not.
Was Brown on there?
Did I say that? I think I did.
I have a master's degree. I would
Yes,
not get in
Brown
at
for-
Duke.
School. You don't have to wait for me.
Well, it's a private. It's a private.
I would not get into Duke at all.
I don't think I could.
Well, Duke is a private school. Like, it's 100% still a really
Is
good
it a private
school.
school?
It is a private school.
Even if it weren't, I would not get in. They're like, you're too dumb.
I don't think I could afford it. But I think the broader perspective, just with the math stuff, is I do think in the I think
oh, that's funny.
I think
Sorry.
I'm more frustrated in the sense of
Serenity's point of it's too black to be a Harvard school. I mean, to be a Ivy League school.
oh no, time out. Yeah, Harvard.
Fine, it's tied for 6th best in the nation.
Yeah,
Whatever.
That's not a bad.
Tied with John Hopkins University and Northwestern. All right, what the fuck ever.
John Hopkins is a really good school. I was like, damn.
Hey, but it wasn't good enough to beat him. It was tied. All right, so
Sounds
fuck
like
'em.
Duke should be an Ivy League.
Yeah, sounds like Duke deserves an upgrade. To
Where's
that point,
Brown on that?
to that point,
All I know
though,
about Brown is The Simpsons. Not Brown.
I think the unique part here is I was equal parts frustrated with the Mavs' decisions, and then the Lakers just to have a fucking textbook name for forever with the franchise because they're just impossible to let them niggas just sit to the side, which is a testament to their GM and their entire franchise.
I think it's their branding.
Yeah.
Because all Rob Pelinka had to say is Luke is fat, which I could have done that. But
The first thing I messaged was like, "Oh, the reason is because he's fat."
yeah.
He sounds like you're an ESPN analyst.
I was like, how has Zion not been traded?
Oh, damn. To add TJ to the wrong train, Gonzaga is in Washington.
Oh, I thought it was. New York.
Exactly.
I thought it was New York.
Hey, also, by the way, I need to go kill my university because we're 39 and UT beat them by like 4.
Did any
now,
of us
this
go
year.
to college?
First of all, none of us are like STEM. We're not engineers. It doesn't matter what our school ranks.
I have a master's degree. I don't know.
Aren't you business?
I'm a solutions engineer.
I have a
I stand corrected. He has the hardest degree.
I have a master's degree.
Oh, wait, no.
I do not know where it is. It's at my parents' house somewhere.
Oh, my study. I was a comp sci. I was not an eng though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really smart. I worked maybe like
I was an
3 weeks
economics
out of my entire 4 years of university.
I have a master's of science in business. Do you know what that is? I don't. It should,
MSB?
It should be a master's in mass communication because I went to a portfolio school. But they're trying to pivot to compete with
On the
business
note of,
schools.
this is my first fun topic. I actually didn't see this whole podcast. I just like the way that it started. We are getting. I understand that we went. You can't say that. You can't say that. You can't do that. And we just went too far the other way, where now people are full on coming on. Like Kanye, literally, I think Thursday was like, "Oh, I'm a Nazi now."
Yeah, he did.
He's selling swastika t-shirts.
What an asshole.
What a dipshit.
So people are just getting way too comfortable with being like, "Yeah, I am a free thinker by
Yeah.
this."
Who would have thought?
But I like that. Now we're reining that in by just calling them out on their bullshit. So an MMA fighter I went viral, I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago, for saying Hitler was a good guy.
Jesus Christ.
And you want me to watch UFC? Whatever. Go ahead.
Hey man, Max Crosby will probably say the same.
Max
stuff.
Crosby, I want him fucking traded. Fuck that guy.
Really?
Trump supporting piece of shit. He's not going to play good anymore. Mark my words. As the last thing I say on this podcast, Max Crosby is spent. He's done. He's going to get hurt next year again.
When did this change happen and why?
When Trump got shot in the ear and he was like, shout out to my boy. Fuck him. Fuck Max Crosby.
I think every NFL player.
And fuck Brock Bowers.
Is there? I think
with his double
I think
jerk
over
off
half,
dance.
at least.
I
of
would
NFL
say
players vote
a
for Trump.
solid half, mainly because they're all rich.
Why do you think I don't fucking watch the NFL anymore? I'm gonna go reluctantly watch this bullshit with that fake ass fucking flags everywhere with the refs bullshit, gambling, fucking interference with this bullshit.
Okay, time out.
NFL's rigged.
You know what? Fuck y'all. I'm so sick of bitches complaining about gambling.
NFL rigged. NFL rigged.
Outraged is people talking
if the
shit
NFL
about gambling.
Which is
Look,
If the
I
NFL,
lose money.
I was about to say, if the NFL was rigged, the Bills would have been in it.
no, because they're not a big enough market.
They are the biggest market. They're like America's team right now.
I'm just sitting there
No.
saying, look, number one, I understand that there's a problem with gambling being exposed across the board. But semicolon, however, it's all a choice. If alcohol's in my face, let me pick my vice.
That's also another addiction.
And I don't care, because no one's complaining about the alcohol ads constantly shoved in our face.
At the very least, they don't drink the alcohol in the ads. They just party and have a good time.
That might be
Gambling
worse.
ones are like, pick your prize picks now.
Yeah.
Don't worry, just one more, and you'll get out of poverty because you have no wages.
Hey, man.
Just one more.
Now, I will say, jokes aside, be careful with your gambling. Semicolon, however,
You can't
everything
give
is
the people no jobs and then be like, gambling's great. Get out of all your debts in one easy parlay. That's also 7 parlays.
But as with everything, do your research, make sure you're not going overboard. And that's with any addiction, I just think it should just be treated like every other addiction, which means you shake your head at, but you don't ostracize.
So when people
I quit.
go get homeless, are you just going to be like, fuck them, step over them when they're homeless
exactly.
and broke?
This is America. You have freedom, and that means the freedom to lose your shit. You fucked up.
No,
You're really
well,
convincing
ideally-
me to start gambling.
Yes, gambling equals freedom. Freedom is America.
Ideally, you want to help the homeless, but what do I know? Fuck you guys.
I just.
You guys stiff arm homeless. Well, yeah, I know you beat the shit out of homeless, but you guys
Whoa.
stiff arm homeless all the time just because you didn't make it in America's bullshit.
Well, that's not
shit.
what we said. That's not what we
That's what you're implying.
I literally hand out instructions for how homeless people go to food pantries at least 3 times a week.
I probably volunteered more than anyone in this room this year.
That's penance because you got caught beating them up.
First of all, stop saying that. There's no context
There's
there.
2.
That's
There's
not what
2
happened at
examples.
all. I did not beat up.
Hi, Tommy.
You got racist and then you got beat up. Okay, well, I guess I'm moving, but I wanted to talk about the Canelo thing.
Oh, well.
But whatever.
Huh? Tommy, it's orange juice.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
It's not liquid gold. And even I love that the quantifier
With some pulp.
some pulp.
Yeah, it's for adults.
It's like how much pulp?
You think just pulp or no pulp? No, some pulp.
It's some pulp.
I like the quantifier a lot.
It's
The pulp is trash. Who bought this?
I did.
I'm sorry.
I like pulp. I grew up with not orange juice at all, Sunny Delight.
Say. And Bright Start? Bright
Yeah,
Start?
oh,
That
it
shit was
came in
worse.
the milk carton?
Yeah.
I did
That
want
shit
to.
was neon orange.
I did want to bring up. We got sidetracked with the Mavs thing. Have you heard the Kevin Garnett story about Dirk? I loaded it up. I'm going to play it real quick. It's very short. Paul Pierce tells the story. Let me see.
These will make up things to motivate itself. So I'm gonna tell you this story. We play in Dallas. It's great. In Dallas. And Dirk is busting KG. So I'm on the wing. I'm playing defense on the corner guy, and Dirk make a move, and KG foul him. And KG's like, man, fuck that shit. He called me a nigga. I'm like, KG, he didn't. I'm standing right there. No, he didn't, KG. Don't say that. He said, yes, he did. He said it in German.
I was like, that tracks.
Yeah.
I could totally
Whatever
hear
it takes, you know?
Kevin Garnett just making up shit.
Like he said it in German.
I love
Man,
that
I
Paul-
don't think it's the same.
I love that Paul
He
Pierce
said
was
his
like,
dad was a Nazi.
Paul
Did he
Pierce,
know?
well, Paul Pierce be like, he did not say that, man. Like, don't say that.
We as a society are getting very comfortable with the idea of Nazis, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, this is a guy getting called out for being a Nazi, or not being a Nazi, saying that Trump was a good guy, like I said. No, not Trump. Hitler. God, I'm getting my Nazis confused.
Getting your Nazis crossed.
Now, my first time meeting you, and we from the same area.
Right.
And I gotta ask you, what the fuck is wrong with you?
That's awesome. I gotta ask you.
If that's my first like sit down with someone and that's how they first approach me, I'll look like he's like a deer in headlights. I'd be like, what have I walked myself into?
Rampage Jackson. I did think that it was funny. There was a lot of like new millennial, or not even millennial, they're fucking Zoomers at this point, or Gen Alpha, that were like, man, this old man talking trash. And it's like, no, that is an ex-UFC fighter. He has hands. He can say this shit.
Well, it's people who don't do a quick Google search before they just say something. Because it was fucking, what was it? Remember when DK talked shit about Shannon and they play the same fucking sport? I was like,
He called Shannon Sharp a little boy.
and there's a lot of NFL players you can say that to that aren't Shannon Sharp.
Hall of Famers, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I still don't respect DK Metcalf. Just for that comment. He could be Super Bowl MVP, which won't happen.
That will
because
no.
he's not good enough. He's no Shannon Sharp, I'll say that.
No.
Didn't he get released? I feel like he got
he's
released.
on the trade rumor block, though.
Yeah, he'll get traded.
Yeah, they don't need him.
Well, yeah.
He's
And
pretty fucking useless.
Seahawks.
And not smart.
Well, it's just the Eagles and the Chiefs have this nature of collecting B, C grade running wide receivers,
and
then
making them into Super Bowl
Yeah.
champions.
DK will go to the Chiefs.
Yeah,
And he
in a
will
heartbeat.
and he will cease doing stupid shit. It'll be infuriating. I saw this happen with Juju Smith-Schuster. He goes to the Chiefs and immediately wins the Super Bowl. Didn't do a single dumb thing during his tenure.
I don't know what happens. Juju went to the Chiefs and is just competent.
Yeah.
He does enough. Exactly what because he tried to be something
And
elsewhere,
Pittsburgh-
and then he got to the Chiefs and he was like, I know what I am.
In Pittsburgh, he tried to be the number one, and he's good, but he's not a number one, especially when Antonio Brown's there. And Antonio Brown's crazy.
well, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the intro.
Yeah.
Fuck you. No. Oh, wait, time out. This is the last show. Let it play. All right.
At least
You can flip it to me now. Fuck you. Out here asking a question. You couldn't hold a second beat.
Yeah.
But you're good. I'm just giving you a hard time. Yeah, actually, no, let me phrase that. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah.
no, I'm getting better though. But anyway,
Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
let's go ahead and pop this for the last commitment to excellence ever.
Yeah.
Can I do this without hitting anybody?
Hopefully.
Cover your eyes.
Aim it towards some.
Hey.
Nice bounce.
Could have went horribly wrong. But
Hi
it didn't.
guys. My name is Marco. I've been with you for 4 years at this point on this show. Thank you all for coming out. We're going to bounce around a whole bunch of different topics. We're going to actually kind of treat this show as normal as we can because there was so much sports news. We already touched on the Luka trade a little bit. If you got any comments,
Okay.
I'm joined with Tommy on my right.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, no, that was the worst trade I think I've ever seen. Well, the most questionable, if anything.
I'm the only one where I'm like, yeah, I get
That's
it.
because you hate Luca.
Well, because he's
Everyone knows
fat.
you hate Luca.
He's fat and he's young.
Fat, but he's a good player.
Yeah,
he's
and
not Zion.
He will never win.
With the Lakers, he might.
No, he won't.
The Lakers always win.
Young fat players become old fat
The
players.
Lakers
See,
haven't won
What's
in
the
a while.
example?
I will.
Zion.
That's the only one example.
I will put an asterisk here. Now, I want to do some good PR for Gertz because Gertz is anti-fat in basketball. Football, he's a little more accepting,
Well,
unless
yeah.
it's a quarterback.
Well, yeah, you don't want a fat quarterback, but,
But like, if you're a fat kicker, that's actually bonus points in Gert's eyes.
fat kicker's
Yeah, I
fine.
can't stand fucking fat kickers.
Linemen, I don't
The
want them
Raiders
skinny.
had a chubby kicker that would just hit 65 yards
He's
all the
still
time.
garbage. Like,
And
Fuck
that-
you. Sebastian Janikowski's fucking great. You shut your goddamn mouth.
didn't he retire?
Yes.
Like 10 years ago.
You got like the shitty version of him, though,
No,
right?
we have James Olsen, who's pretty damn good.
How heavy is he?
He just said fat kickers are shitty, and then was like, "Wait, I'm judging this one on how heavy he is."
Only judging him.
I would like to also point out, Marcos, that's just straight champagne. And no, that's just you're gonna splash a
He's gonna
sprinkle.
help you out right now.
Serve a cup to anybody or ask.
The champagne already
You said
has
we don't
Coke
have
in it.
cups.
I think I have Tommy's cups.
Oh, that's right.
Tommy brought his own cup.
And then before, just to finish introductions, we have Gertz and TJ here on the other side.
everybody.
What's up?
Well,
And there's a lot of shit that, I mean, normally, again, we get to the end of the year, not shit happens, but I'm actually really excited with all the stuff that's been happening.
Yeah.
It's going to change up the league, hopefully considerably.
You think?
well, the Spurs and the Lakers, everybody made moves that actually.
Except the fucking Rockets.
Well, no, not the Rockets. I can't even name a rocket, Tommy.
It's fine.
Man, I want
I
that
only
white
learned the
stuff
names
on.
this season.
Fucking detergent.
Good cover.
I don't drink anything that has white stuff on it.
Why are you busting a nut in this cup?
That's what I said. Questionable.
Place to do it.
What
What are you talking about? It's a catch-all.
Socks are warmer.
Whoa.
I'm not there for warmth. I know what I'm doing.
Jesus.
This is a self-loathing exercise.
I want it to be known
Yeah, see that.
that I've made bad decisions.
Coming in a sock? Coming in a cup.
Yeah.
I don't know. Coming
I would never done
do
that.
ne-
I've actually never done it in a sock.
pour
either.
some champagne for yourself?
Oh, no, I haven't yet.
What was this compass topic when we needed it?
What? Mexicans, do they come in socks?
Yeah, or cups.
Or cups?
Coming soon to Weird City Food.
Well, how are the Rockets doing? Are they okay?
They're on a 5-game losing streak.
They're like fifth in the West, aren't they?
It's slipping quickly.
Oh. Did they make any trade
No,
deadline
that's
moves?
the problem.
Oh. You like Ime, though.
I love Ime. I love oh boy, Tom.
Yeah.
I'm in Thompson. Yeah, I love him. I like Jalen Green. I like Alfred Şengün. I like the little crew they got. I love the coach. I love Ime. So
Regarding the Mavs trade, I actually like it for both teams in all honesty because I think the Lakers need to look forward. They're not going to win with Luka and LeBron.
no, when is he leaving? By the way,
That's the thing. I think LeBron's going to be
fuck out, man.
done after
he
next
needs
year.
to be. Then I'll start watching basketball again.
He played with his son, so he did his
Did
thing.
they not cut him yet?
He's like in the G League, I think.
They will stay there until
yeah.
he's cut.
So I think the Lakers are like, okay, we can build a team around Luka for the next couple of years. And the
Yeah,
Mavs,
sell some
I think the
tickets.
Mavs are immediately better.
Why?
Not when he's injured.
No,
Not when he's injured, but Luka was injured, and the Mavs were bad before this trade. Like Luka
think
missed a
that's-
bunch of games.
Yeah, because he wasn't in. Because the team needed
No,
Luka.
why he wasn't in? Because he wasn't in shape.
It's not all about. I'm okay with a fat basketball player.
I
I'm
like
not.
fat
I
basketball
know.
players.
I do too.
I'm not.
They got
They're like
character.
they're also like what is it?
You know what? They don't have
Enigmas.
minutes. They don't have minutes. They don't have games played.
You're going by Zion. Zion fucked it
And
up.
Joel Embiid.
That guy was. Hey, Joel was okay.
He's used
He
to
won
be
MVP
good.
a couple years ago.
Fraudulent as fuck, and you know it.
no. It was
Fraudulent
earned.
as fuck. That was Jokic's
I'm an
year.
Embiid fan.
Why? He sucks. He's missed half of his games for his career. That's why you like him. Do you relate, Tommy?
Take the easy way
Seeing
out.
that you're absent here half the time.
Work smarter, not harder, Gertz.
That's how
But Zion's
special
trash.
when he's here.
We agree
Well,
on
yeah.
that one.
I will say, I'll note with you though. The one thing that I am a big proponent of is, and you know, I don't like it. I don't like it in basketball in the sense they are just too accepting of players just fucking being out.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
it's a lot of that now.
We bought tickets to the Spurs Suns game
No
next
Wemby?
week to see Wemby, and I don't know if Kevin Durant's going to play. He better. Those tickets were expensive.
Yeah,
There was a whole Lakers game. I think the last one, LeBron James didn't play.
yeah.
And I was like, the fuck we talking about here?
Well, LeBron's 40. Like,
But
Well, he needs to
no,
leave.
but motherfucker, if he's on the roster, I came to
Let him
see that nigga
retire.
shoot one shot.
at least
Well,
one shot, some warm up, something.
What was the name of the running back in the NFL that we just never thought was going to retire?
Oh, Frank Gore.
Frank Gore. That's who I was thinking of. He played until.
Well, I'm saying. I mean, and get it. Like, it's a different sport, different
It's
demand
a
on the body.
harder sport.
It's a different demand on the body, but yeah, I think like because people are like, oh, basketball players play every day, and I'm like, yes. The same note, some of those football injuries are not like Those players will try and play on damn near a torn hamstring, a broken ankle.
You shouldn't be walking on that, let alone.
And they'll be like, "I'm still playing."
Yeah.
Fucking, he had double. What was it? McCaffrey had double tendonitis, or
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've gone into football more over the years and strayed away from basketball for like that very reason. Man.
Exactly.
I grew up in the '90s. That dark skin brand of basketball, motherfuckers were just bowing, and it was physical, man. And it's too soft now for me.
Do you think they should because people were complaining this season about how it's becoming a 3-point shooting contest?
Yeah, that's all it is. How far back can I fucking shoot a three? Half court, let's try.
Someone had actually mentioned that. I was watching somebody just completely tangential to anything sports related, but he was like, I watched a game internationally live.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, it was just better basketball.
Yeah.
Like the players weren't necessarily better,
but the game
basketball was better.
The basketball was better. And like it's no fucking defense anymore.
I was just about to ask.
Yeah, it's trash ass defense.
I think they should just bring back hand checking.
It'd be nice.
I think they should, because I think people are like, how can we solve this 3-point problem? Like, the people were talking about limiting the number of threes a game.
No, that's stupid.
That's dumb as hell.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Make dunks.
I would love that. Dunks are worth
either
4.
Make dunks worth 4 or 3, or just bring back hand checking.
Yeah,
where you can just put your hand on the guy's waist up and down the court. Because if you do that, they're not going to be jacking up threes.
No, they can't.
Yeah.
And it's just like, man, it's lost a lot for me.
Yeah.
And I wondered, like, I had to think about it because I've just strayed so far away from it. Because everybody was talking about, like, Christmas. Like, oh, that's for the NBA. I'm like, man, fuck the NBA.
No.
I'd rather see my team lose.
Well,
watch
me
the
too.
fucking NBA,
I watch my team get their shit pushed in on Christmas Day.
I would rather do that than watch fucking LeBron.
At the end of the day, like, I mean, I know there's a lot of basketball fans out there, but week to week, just as an enjoyable sport to watch, that's what football has that domination effect
for a reason.
Because like there is a little bit of wanting some physicality or different play styles available when you're watching a sport.
Yeah,
basketball. When I say that, when you go to different football teams. There's a lot of different approaches for how football teams play, right? We have the Eagles, who are very they're run.
Oh yeah, they're run.
They're rough and tough. Run. That's what they're doing. And we just talk about the game today. And
big
then
lines.
The Chiefs are actually a defensive team this year.
Yeah,
and you're seeing that strong defense against a more in the air offense.
Yeah, they're gritty but smart. I think the Chiefs, smart situational. They remind me a lot of the Patriots.
They're too smart.
Right.
Yeah.
They're the Patriots with good players.
Yeah.
But when you think of basketball, it's so player oriented in a league that decentivizes defense. Because people are like, oh, Luka can't play defense to save his life, which is true.
So it's half of the other players.
But so does the rest of the fucking league, and the league doesn't encourage it either.
I had fucking James Harden on my team. I know about players not playing defense.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the thing that's so frustrating with the NBA. People will try to argue that better offense makes the game better.
No, it doesn't.
It's no, it doesn't.
I don't need a score of 158 to 120.
Some of the most iconic plays ever are defensive plays.
Yeah.
Now,
I miss defensive players who their only purpose was defense.
Where you'd get stuffed.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh shit!
Dennis Rodman was people knew who he was.
Oh yeah, watch Rodman
for his
highlights.
defense and his rebounding.
Rodman highlights are amazing, and he doesn't score in a single one of them.
Nope, not a one.
He's diving for balls, getting rebounds.
Physical.
Yes.
Hard. Man, come on, dude.
One of Michael Jordan's most iconic highlights is stripping the ball from Karl Malone.
Yeah, with his bitch ass.
And even LeBron now, what are LeBron's most impressive plays now? Chase down blocks.
Jesus.
So, miss me with that defense isn't fun to watch.
I think also internationally, they don't have the 3 seconds in the paint rule.
Yeah.
So I think there's more freedom for expression in the actual paint as well.
They regulate that very selectively in the NBA. I've seen players just stand there for a good 8 seconds and it doesn't get called.
While we're here talking about basketball,
yeah.
I've really feared for the future of the NBA and basketball in general. I had to watch a high school basketball game the other day.
You know who should be licking their chops? The WNBA.
Really should.
They should be like, now's our chance.
Capitalize a mother. They got a whole league going.
Yep.
A whole nother league.
Don't get me started.
Unrivaled is actually pretty good.
Don't get me started on the WNBA because everyone wants the WNBA to succeed except the WNBA.
That's why they have a whole nother league, because they're like, we could do this better probably.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you watch any Unrivaled games, but
I don't.
It's actually pretty good. It's
nice.
pretty entertaining. Yeah.
Well, we talked about that. It's the most upsetting thing to be like, wow, y'all don't do anything to try and make this sport. You have all the pieces.
Yeah.
All the pieces and nothing. But like, yeah, no, I went to a high school. It was some of the worst basketball I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. It is atrocious. It's no boxing out. It's no plays.
Yeah.
Like kids are trying to pick and roll just to do it. And it's like, that doesn't work unless you have like, a play. No fundamentals, no shooting. Because I went with my girlfriend's nephew. And like, they go to the free throw line. Nothing.
Yeah.
The whole game was free throws, and they made 2 out of maybe 100.
Oh, God.
And it's like, I asked them, like, do they make y'all do this shit at practice, like 50 before you leave, like we used to do? Some schools was 100.
Yeah.
He's like, no. It's like, okay.
Did they do box out drills or
No.
anything? Oh, my God.
And the funny thing is, they got blown out. It was like 68-20.
Yeah.
And the other team had like dude had to be 70. Been doing this shit for 40 years. High school basketball coach. Looked like Roy Williams out there. Just up and down, man. Just like, box out! Yeah. Do it! Yeah. Do it! Just like these kids are terrified. But fundamentals were there.
Yeah.
They were doing their shit, and it was easy for them. Like, it was nothing. It was not a challenge at all. And I'm like, dude, somebody needs to get fired like a motherfucker in this school.
Well, I mean,
it was very discouraging. I'm like, I'm definitely not watching the NBA in 20 years.
Well, it's kind of interesting because like that is that generational shift. Because I remember with my because my brother played basketball, and I played football. But like I used to do scorekeeping for his basketball team when I was in like middle school.
Yeah,
and he was in high school, so I'd go to him, and he went to like I went to public school. He went to some charter school. So, but even then. They had the full Saturday tournaments.
Yeah.
They did the whole, like I was at that bitch Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. You're just playing basketball. He'd be at practice all the time. And, like, the love of the game was all of the aspects of the game. And nowadays, to your point, because of the way NBA has shifted into stardom.
Yeah.
You're like, I try and mimic XYZ player.
Yeah.
But XYZ player is able to do what they do because A, they found their specialty and stuck with it and developed their skills around it. And B, it took them a long time before they got to being that good.
Yeah.
And
practice.
Actual
practice.
I just don't think the fundamentals are celebrated nearly enough.
No. Not at all.
And I mean, you have and it's not like it doesn't stray away in every sport. Just using the NFL as an example, but I think the NFL is not afraid to go back to some of those notions. Just like this year, where I was like, running made a full
comeback
180 this year.
Yes, it did.
These motherfuckers on a Zoom call talking about we're not appreciated.
Yeah.
And then they just showed the fuck like any major running back that switched teams showed out in some way.
It does. It changed your opinion on running backs. What teams should, in regards to what teams?
Well,
should
no,
do to
you
them.
know me. If they're Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley, that's a different. That's a special
that's
breed.
rare, though.
Yeah, that's the rarity.
But like, how about
no, not at all.
How about like a James Cook?
Fuck no.
Who's good, but like,
let's see what he does next year.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, no, they're
still
still
run it to the
disposable.
ground.
I do
they're
want to
still
say
very
it.
disposable.
I didn't think Saquon was going to be that good this year.
I didn't
at the
either.
beginning,
I
at the
didn't
way
either.
beginning, at the way beginning.
I don't think any of them were going to be as good.
I think I was Team Saquon, but I was always in the sense of I didn't think he's going to be that good, but I knew he was going to
be effective.
because you're pairing him with literally one of the best O lines in the league.
But
I
like
think it's
this
the
is
best O-line.
But this is where I had him. Like a success for him is he didn't get hurt this year.
Yes.
And that's what I expected
It's a
at bare
big one.
minimum.
I expected.
But I-
Well, that turf is
actually.
horrendous.
But I
at
expected him
MetLife, so
to
that makes
produce
it-
like as much as Swift did last year. Swift was a pretty good B running back.
Yeah, I thought he'd be a little better, but not by much. And I thought he was going to get hurt at some point because given his history,
Always does, yeah.
Derrick Henry, I was optimistic about, and he still exceeded my expectations. Saquon, I was a little less so. Just I hadn't watched Saquon as much as I watched Derrick Henry.
I'm still amazed by the Ravens having that combination and not having like a really good option play like this
It's
entire.
infuriating if you're a
Yeah, it
Baltimore
was
fan.
really sad.
and to even speak about we talk about the top two all the time, but there's like five Josh Jacobs.
Oh yeah, he's
Stellar.
really
He
good.
did good, yeah.
He was talking
the
about
Cowboys
his
got-
receivers. Did you hear that?
Yo, you shouldn't do that. But he came, but he was very much like he was like, what do y'all need? A wide receiver.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Plain and simple, we need a wide receiver. I'm like, dog.
He's not wrong.
Pass a lot here.
Yeah. He's not wrong because
Yeah.
I mean, he tried to kind of like, what's the term? Soften the blow a little bit because he was saying, "I love the guys we got, but we need more talent at that
Like
position."
a quarterback.
Yeah.
I cried real tears over the Ravens this year.
That's rough, man. I can only imagine, dude. Like, I thought like they were gonna get a little farther because I mean, when they're dominant, they're so fucking dominant,
Right.
And like when they're not, you see what happens.
Motherfuckers
dropping, but like the mistakes they make are just.
I've defended Lamar a lot in the postseason. I can't do it anymore.
No, great regular season player. He's phenomenal.
He's this generation's Peyton Manning, which sounds crazy.
No.
Him and Dak
because
just alike.
Peyton won 2 Super Bowls.
You know how he won them?
He's Dan Marino.
No, because like
he's a running Dan Marino.
Peyton always looked worse in the playoffs. Always.
He literally always do it, even when he won.
Yeah, even when he won. This is his second Super Bowl. That's Von Miller's.
That was all Von Miller.
That was all Von Miller.
That man was held up by like bubble gum and duct tape.
Yeah,
he was.
Eli is a better postseason quarterback.
Eli was my favorite Manning always.
And all Lamar doing losing just fuels me.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You know me. I'm like, oh, how many wins does Lamar have? 3?
But because he wants to prop Dak up.
Yeah, it's just
That's not Dak. No,
Dude,
no.
Have you heard Marcus's
No.
theory about
No.
Dak and Jalen Hurts? I think it's brilliant.
What you got?
So basically, it comes down to everybody I know that is a huge Dak supporter. Like,
Not fan, but supporter.
in the
fuck
organization.
no, pause.
He's a
The
good
fuck
man.
that mean?
It means he's a good man, and that's about it. Go ahead.
No, there's people that want Dak to succeed, and then it comes with 2 points of venom. One of them is pointed at Cooper Rush. Every time
the true number one.
yeah, every
It's
time
not. Oh my God! Shut up.
that
Why? He's a good guy. He's good at football.
I don't hate Cooper Rush.
He's got more go than Dak.
No, he
old
doesn't.
It
crippled ass.
doesn't sound like you love him either.
Yeah. Who do
He's
you
a
want?
backup.
Who do you want other than Cooper? Because you're gonna be seeing your backup a lot.
No, he
Just
won't.
to tell you,
We'll see.
Dak is 50 in football years.
He's
man
fucking
is
29,
broken.
dog.
He is broken.
Or like 30 now. 31?
He's
30?
new Romo.
30? Yeah, 30.
How does the same thing happen? Jesus.
Continue.
that's one.
I'm sorry.
So that's one bit of venom. The other bit of venom. TJ doesn't do this, but my other friends that love Dak do. They hate Jalen Hurts all the time.
Why?
Every
TJ
time.
I
does that?
fucking love Jalen
I don't
Hurts.
care for Jalen.
Hold on. I'm just trying to be a friend.
Why do you hate Jalen Hurts?
I don't sit there and say
How do you
Jalen
hate
Hurts is
that kid?
garbage, but I don't think he's much better.
You call him diet garbage.
Yeah.
How do you compare these two quarterbacks? Because they are vastly different.
Jalen is literally what the Cowboys organization expected Dak to be.
Oh, that's not in Dak.
No, he's not. First of all, far from it. Jalen
has
and I don't even. I got no disrespect to Jalen because Jalen knows
Sounds like
his
you
role.
do.
Here comes the disrespect.
Because Jalen knows his role this year. He's Saquon ball handler. That's all he needs to be.
Come
That's
on.
all this motherfucker.
Come
You know that's
on.
true, and shut up if you don't believe
Come
it.
on.
He is there to do one motion. Right there. Oh wait, no, 2.
Kind of sounds
He
like
tush pushes too.
Yeah, no, any tush pushes?
It sounds
You know
like
what, you're
Dak-
right.
He can throw the ball ever so often.
it sounds like Dak's rookie year, except better.
No, can I? No. Can I ask him this question? Do you think?
When he had Zeke,
No, I have to hear him answer this. Do you think Dak is better than Jalen?
I don't think. Oh, no, time out.
No, I want to hear you say the words.
yeah. Thank you, Tommy.
Do you think that?
The preference? Oh, 100%.
Are you kidding? Who's in the Super Bowl today? Who's never seen a? Who's
It's
never won?
Saquon.
Who's won one playoff game in their
Saquon.
fucking life?
Saquon fucking
Two.
Barkley.
Dak's won 2.
Did he make it to an NFC championship?
No.
I didn't think he did.
Saquon.
Great guy. Great man.
Saquon.
Hell of a father and husband.
Saquon is. So you're
But
not
let me
gonna.
tell
So
you-
you're not
let
gonna.
me tell you
No.
that-
Pause.
Yeah.
So you're gonna look me in the eyes and tell me that Saquon's not the reason.
No,
Not
Saquon-
the reason they're
Saquon's
winning.
great. I think they still would have made it pretty close to this, even without Saquon.
That's crazy. That's fucking
They did
psycho.
last year.
That's no. They didn't.
The year before last.
The year before they did.
Yeah, the year before.
And then they collapsed last year.
Okay, they had an issue. They fixed it. They got your old offensive coordinator who's got them to the Super Bowl and now is ahead.
No, because
But-
you know the
What do you mean?
Eagles' whole thing
That's a
this year-
fact, though.
Because
That's
they
a
know
fact.
the mission.
Kellen Moore's going to a
Saquon.
Super Bowl, though.
Saquon is their best offensive player.
Yeah,
He
he's
is
good.
the player.
What are you
And
supposed
the
to do
defense.
when
I'm
you
not
got a
gonna
good
take away from the
player?
defense. Let me be very clear. I'm not taking anything away from that Eagles defense.
But
But it's Saquon.
Let me tell you
And
the
the Brady
act like Jalen Hurts sucks.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
Let me
he
tell
sucks.
you,
very good.
Can I
Sucks this
please
year.
say the reason why Jalen Hurts is in the Super Bowl today and not Dak Prescott? Besides,
He's
the
injured.
simple fact that Jalen can, even broken, can play.
Motherfucker has okay. Time out. The
He's a-
shit's
that
off the
means
bone.
fucked up.
Yeah.
That knee's fucked up, and he's still playing. You know why he does? Because that motherfucker's the only player, one of the only ones I know with that fucking Kobe mentality.
Jalen
He
Hurts.
don't give a fuck.
I love Jalen Hurts.
He will put his body on the line, and he will give everything he has. He's a fucking fantastic leader.
Yes, great.
And you know what? That's conducive to winning.
You know what? One of my favorite things about
And
Jalen
Dak
Hurts
is not a winner.
Besides that, is his game is ugly as sin.
Oh, it's horrendous. His throws are terrible. It's no mechanics.
But
there.
it works.
But he's a winner. He's a fucking winner.
I'm not looking. I'm not looking at you. I looked your way. You're here. I can't look. I'm not looking at you. Look, I'm not sitting there. And saying. And let me take some facetiousness out of it. I really don't. And you actually, if you've heard my list, I have Jalen Hurts pretty high. Like I'm not saying he's out of 10.
Man.
Do you have him top 10?
Yeah, I'm not stupid.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts,
Yeah, I'm not.
the two schools I hate the most, and I'm
not about to sit here. Jalen Hurts is not even close to my bottom tier next to Goff. But
Goff is good too.
no, he's not. Shut up. Let's not do that. One. Pick your quarterback today. It's Jalen. All right.
They're both better than Dak.
No, they're not.
you take Jalen over Dak.
No. Not at all.
Really?
But that's also
That's nuts.
That's
That's
also an
insanity.
offensive scheme thing. That's also an offensive
Well,
scheme.
say it's geared around what they do in Philly.
That's not how that works.
Well, you're about to have a whole new scheme, so
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like you switch. Like, wait, what's Schottenheimer's scheme?
Ooh, if you gave Jalen Hurts CeeDee Lamb, ooh,
what I'm saying,
No,
man.
he wouldn't because he's not that good of a passer. The fuck are we talking about
swap-
here?
When it matters, he is.
No, he fucking
The
shit.
man wins games.
His completion
It's
percentage-
ugly as fuck, but he wins.
Who
games.
is the person who has been the main driver of their wins this year?
Well, you got to get a running back. You utilize your
No,
running back.
who is the driver? Say it with
Saquon is the MVP of the offense. Is
Yes.
that what you want to hear?
No.
He's the
He is.
MVP
Say
of
it
the
with your
team.
chest.
Of the team.
He's
of the team.
Yes.
Oh no, the man's great.
No one is saying Saquon
Yeah.
isn't the best.
And I'm not just.
player in
And
the league.
I'm saying.
So Troy Aikman's trash because Dennis Smith was good?
No, pause. What I'm saying is.
thank you.
Yeah, like-
What I'm saying here is the year that you're arguing this for is the wrong year. Come back to me next year.
No.
I'm gonna pull up
Stats.
Jalen-
You got
yeah,
stats?
I'm gonna pull
because
them up
last
now.
time we checked his stats, they were very close to top. Like they were.
Oh, hey, now time out. My quarterback's enough for a season.
No,
my quarterback's enough for a season. My quarterback's enough
Check
for a
them
season.
stats out.
My quarterback's enough for a season.
Well, you got to be a hater, man.
I'm not a hater.
You want a black quarterback, don't you?
I like my black quarterback.
Oh yeah, he is black.
know,
yeah,
J-
no.
know that
You wanna-
Jalen is black.
Yes, I am aware. So is mine. Yeah, I was like, this is not a Patrick Mahomes situation.
No, it is not. No. Dak can say the N word all day.
Yeah,
Dak's fine.
no, we're not doing that.
No,
No,
it offends
he's not
me.
allowed to.
It bothers me thinking about it.
What's up, Mike?
I would let Gert say it. I would let Gert
wanna
say
hear
it before.
Hear that shit?
What's up, Mike, bro?
What it is.
That sounded like what you said.
Oh God, no.
So Jalen Hurts, he total touchdowns. He has 18 passing touchdowns to 5 interceptions.
That's good.
Great.
His completion percentage is 68.7%.
Good stuff.
That's very good.
Yep.
Total, he has
Rushing yards. What we got?
14 rushing touchdowns.
That's good.
He averages 4.2 yards a carry. Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, great. Mhm.
Good stuff.
Yards per attempt passing, he averages 8 yards. His QB rating is 103.7.
That's good.
That's really
That's
good.
Yeah, that's really good.
So
And you know
where's
who,
the issue?
this is
You're
again,
talking about him like he sucks.
He does. He really
pause.
is.
I'm saying in comparison to my lovely last year runner-up MVP All-Pro quarterback.
Because he had a game where he threw 500 yards.
That's not even part of not
Like,
just the truth, all right?
It's great, but like,
that goes into the.
he's
but
not a
listen-
win. No, fuck that. Because if y'all do that shit about Joe Burrow, you can't do it with Dak.
What are you talking
What
about?
about?
Well, you just hate him. But like,
Well, he's not very good.
And also,
he is though.
Bad,
His
that's
team's not
That's
very
also a
good.
bad conversation because Joe Burrow's and you heard me. The problem was he didn't win.
Quick
Yes.
question: would you take Joe over Dak?
Okay, no, let's
A
not do
healthy
that.
Joe Burrow.
Let's not
Yes,
do that.
you would. That's
Let's
what
not
I'm
do
saying.
that.
Joe Burrow wins more than Dak.
Yes,
He's
he
been to a
does.
Super Bowl. I'm not psychotic,
True.
but also no, I wouldn't. But that's not off of a.
God,
but time out.
man.
That's off of the.
Joe Burrow was black.
Yes. Now you know the answer. I was like, that's for other
Yeah,
reasons.
that's yeah, okay,
You know what my issue with Joe Burrow is?
everything.
He's the inverse of Jalen Hurts. His game looks beautiful. Like, you look at him, you're like, that's a damn good quarterback. And he loses a lot.
Because his team sucks.
I don't want to hear it.
Oh my God.
You're the most highly paid. Everyone acts like he's the bee's knees, like he's God's gift
People
to
have him like top
quarterbacking.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I would
compared
have
to
him
Jalen
kinda
Hurts,
top 5.
Where people try to minimize Jalen Hurts all the
I'd
fucking
never do.
time.
Yeah.
I know you don't.
Yeah.
And Marcos doesn't either.
I don't either.
Yeah, you do.
And a lot of sports shouting shows do. They act like that the quarterback is an interchangeable position
Like,
on
he's
the
just a game
Eagles.
manager or something.
We saw Carson Wentz with this team.
And let me
and they
no,
didn't look
Carson
nearly
Wentz about to
as
get
good.
him too.
hold on. Let me be very clear here.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is exactly where he needs to be.
I would take him in Pittsburgh in a
Oh,
heartbeat.
you damn right.
But
I'll
also,
take him in Houston.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying,
Well, I'll hold
stop
on.
that.
I will.
CJ Stroud's really good,
He's gotta
Tommy.
prove it
CJ's
to
really
me.
good.
That motherfucker had me here and he took me here. I don't trust him.
He made it to
The
the,
little
second round of the
motherfucker needs to
playoffs, bro.
show me. I don't give a fuck. You win some shit.
He did
Barely.
on Saturday. No,
Not
he didn't.
impressively enough.
On Saturday-
Not impressively enough for us.
He mollywopped Justin Herbert.
Well, that's not hard to do.
He did it.
Yeah, I hope he did.
And who did he lose to? The Chiefs, like everyone else.
Everyone else.
And let me
Everyone
be
else.
very.
I'm proud of him
And
towards
I
the
think
stretch.
you-
He still needs to prove
I think you
consistency.
And he had
Played
no
them-
O line.
Yeah.
Marco's been saying that.
Oh,
all
it's a
year.
garbage.
Let me
no
be
lie.
very clear here.
Yeah.
Just to make sure, I'm
be
not
trading
in the
for the
camp
same
that
quarterback.
says the Eagles can just switch up at quarterback and be better.
Okay, good.
That's that. I'm not that crazy.
That's a crazy argument.
What I mean with Jalen Hurts, just being Jalen Hurts, is a lot of people act like he is consistently great,
He has been.
and he's not always like.
I mean, they
and-
wouldn't
and-
have won as
he
much.
had a
No, and pause. This is just the wrong year to be trying to fight for Jalen Hurts when he's not the best offensive player
Okay.
on their team.
And this year in isolation, yes.
I'm not. But and then
but
last year he was not.
Oh,
the
last year
guess
he had
who
a
else
dip.
had a fucking down season? Patrick Mahomes. So is he any less?
Yes, this year.
Well, this year, yes. But over,
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
That's what I'm
talking
saying.
the overall.
I would not go there.
Yeah.
I would not. No. Oh, pause. Overall, fuck no. I'm not crazy.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I would. Patrick Mahomes is not a good comparison.
I'm just saying it's an off year for a lot of quarterbacks.
I don't think Jalen. I think Jalen is a top 4 quarterback.
I do
probably.
too.
I don't think he's
Thank
a top
you.
4.
Yeah.
It may not show up like the way you want
This
it to.
year.
but
This year.
he
If
gets
we're,
it
okay,
done,
there's
man.
two different arguments here.
For his career, like
If we're talking in general,
I'm just
I think
talking
he's
about-
top 10, but I don't think he's top 4.
I think every year when it comes to who doesn't come back next year, probably 3 quarterbacks ruin this argument kind of thing. In the sense that like we're comparing their body of work for the last 5-8 years and they're not coming back, so we don't know how to rank them. Like I don't think the Falcons quarterback is coming back. Maybe. He hasn't announced yet.
Kirk? Kirk's not coming back.
Yeah.
No, they moved on to Penix.
Yeah, no, Kirk's done.
I don't think that Flacco is coming back. Aaron Rodgers has already been saying he's not coming back. That
Well,
was
no, they-
that was the announcement.
I think
No. It wasn't. He was
No,
saying he's
I was
coming
about
back.
to
The
say,
Jets
they
said he's
said
not
that
coming back.
Jets were like,
yeah.
no.
No.
Eric Glenn said, "Fuck that
Yeah,
shit."
your
That's what
services
they
are no
said.
longer
Like,
needed.
apparently, he flew there last week, and the Jets said,
Goodbye.
Fuck no.
Yeah, right.
That's
Yeah.
great.
He didn't tell anybody. They just found that shit out today.
Nice. That I'm glad to see the Jets have some balls now.
Well, they got a good coach.
"Yes,
I hope.
know."
I hope Aaron Glenn does something there.
Man,
And
he would have been nice in Dallas.
I will say I'm a little more neutral on our head coach because no one knows what the fuck's happening.
Oh, we do know. No one
Well, no,
wants
they
it.
got a good he's got a good he's gotten some good staff picks, so I do like that.
Okay. You are really convincing yourself.
I will.
Oh no! I mean,
You are not going to gaslight us this season.
I'm not saying that. I said I went from complete despair to
I had,
No, it should be like complete despair. It's going to be bad.
I had a question regarding Jalen Hurts. If they win today, where is he the second best quarterback in the league right now?
okay. So that and I will be first of all, I'll be completely fair. I'll be
Yeah.
completely fair. If Jalen Hurts wins today, he definitely gets boosted up. It also depends on how they win.
Above golf?
Okay.
I mean, he's already above Goff.
I don't know what you're talking.
He's already above Goff.
I do think I like Goff, and I think Jalen Hurts is better than
I
Goff.
think
I do too.
Goff
Oh,
is.
yeah,
I
not
think
even
Goff is
close.
top
Yeah.
15.
Like I said, I couldn't feel comfortable at the
Jalen
Lions
throws an
because of
ugly
golf.
ball, but it's accurate.
Hideous, but it hits its
I-
target,
It
man.
gets to where it
I
needs to go.
think there's just a. I think there. This is where I'll make. Fuck, you make me argue for Jalen Hurts. This is where I argue. This is where I argue. Just clutch.
Come on.
Like Goff is consistently pretty okay during a game, but he has nothing special.
Yeah.
That Jalen like
Right, yeah,
you'd rather
I'll give
have
you
you'd
that.
rather have the unvariable of like
yeah.
the lows and the highs of Jalen. The highs are higher.
Way higher.
TJ, I'm just trying to get you to support black quarterbacks.
Me
more.
too. Me too. man.
You're not about to do that.
I don't know what's happening.
Why are you
here.
hating?
But
It's Black History Month.
So you
TJ.
root for, wait? Are you root for the white
got a
quarterback
black
and
Captain
Patrick
America
Mahomes?
I'm not. Oh no! Whoa! To be clear, there is
rooting
no.
for
There,
here?
there's first of all, I don't want either of these teams to win, but one of them has to win. I'd rather the green one.
I'm going for the green one.
I
think everybody is.
Yeah.
The number two argument here is it really does depend on how they win this game, because I would not credit this to Jalen if they win like they have all the rest of the season.
Jalen's going to get 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
One of them might be a tush push. Both of them might be a tush
Both. I was about to say,
That-
both might be
I
a
was actually
touchdown.
about to just rewind a little bit where you said he doesn't do anything special. he's a pretty good running quarterback, and he doesn't.
Whoa! No! I didn't
And
say
he
that.
doesn't
He's
run.
a smart running
Did you? I
quarterback.
don't think you heard me correctly. I said Goff doesn't do anything special.
Oh, yeah.
I said
okay.
I said
I misheard you.
I misheard you.
No, time out.
Oh, hey, the three of us misheard. So
I got a question for you specifically.
Go ahead, King.
So it seems like the NFC East, like if you have a mobile quarterback, preferably black,
No, not preferably. Yes, black.
yes, they move, they scoot, and that seems to be the only way to win. You don't have that shit at all.
I don't think it's
Dak's
the only.
going to be a statue.
I don't think it's the only way to win, but I do think that's what the NFC's doing.
But are you upset that they re-signed Dak?
No, I'm not.
Really?
I've never been upset.
They signed him for too much. They should have signed him sooner.
They should have signed it
What was
sooner.
the years on that?
It's 4, right? Four
Hey,
or
they-
5.
I think it's 4, and it's like $60 million a year.
Yeah.
I give Dak 2 more years max.
I
before he's
don't.
either
he's
moving
the
on or
same
done.
age as Patrick. Not that.
Let's not do that.
But he's aged more because of his injury.
He's
Yeah, he's
True.
aged.
to get off
more.
to get off this topic as quickly as
I love
possible.
Dak. He's a
No,
good-
pause.
he's a good
What
guy.
I will say
I wish he was
is,
a member of my family.
what I will say is, to Jalen's credit, it depends on how they win.
Jalen runs like he's got cat. He does.
He does. Everything about Jalen's game is ugly as fuck. But it works, man. That's what I like about him. Like
Same.
you can tell that dude work. Like this is not a natural talent. This dude had to work
That's
to
true.
get to where he is, and he works fucking hard.
His God-given ability is his drive.
That's it.
And
That's exactly right.
I don't take that away from Jalen.
And that to me, that boosts him up. In
But
my
what I will
eyes.
say is, if he wins, I mean, the thing is, if he wins today, I have nothing to say. about it. So, like, I mean, I can talk myself out of a fucking wall, but I can't say shit.
Yeah.
The motherfucker won. I still won't think, like, it depends on how he wins as to how he moves up in the quarterback ranking.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, it's not a him win. And if he's not the MVP in the Super Bowl,
Saquon would be the
Saquon.
MVP.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it'll be there's a lot of
It's
considerations
just
here.
like what he has, you can't put in a stat. That's the thing about
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts. You
And that's
really can't.
that's an you know what? That's actually fuck it. That's an NFC East thing, except for fucking
So who
Daniel
else?
Jones.
But-
Jane Daniels is a fucking psycho,
Yeah.
and the more you watch him, he's fucking psychotic.
And then look,
in
even
the best way possible.
Even with Jaden Daniels, after seeing what my punk ass quarterback did his second year, I can't even fully be like, okay, he's him. Like I can't do that with Jay. I got to see what he does the next year. But like,
No, because Jane Daniels, I was watching a clip. Motherfucker was able to guess the quarterbacks off of fucking, I think, silhouettes.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I watch a lot of film.
no,
he's
man,
a psychopath.
No, I
for
love
football.
him, but him and CJ are actual friends. Like grew up together type friends, and they have a very similar mentalities. And I'm just like, yeah, no, these motherfuckers. I don't know what they do in California. In the Inland Empire, but clearly these motherfuckers have nothing else to do but just be football junkies.
But you
'Cause
don't.
They both are. And
But
like,
as much as everybody tries
But
to
people will
discredit him,
figure him out.
if you're just talking about straight football want,
Yeah.
all of them have football want in the NFC East. That's their thing. They just have different variations of it. You're trying to take it away from Dak. The motherfucker played an entire season the same year his mom passed away from some crazy
That was
shit.
some G
and,
shit.
And this year they didn't take him out when he ripped the shit off his bone. He was still playing.
No, that's why I love the guy.
That's
I
what I'm
love
saying.
Dak
Like,
as a
don't try and take
person,
away the
man.
football shit.
I
but-
want Dak as my coach.
You know,
Make him my
has,
QB
no one
coach.
has ever denied.
No, he was just trying to be like, no one else in the NFC East. That's their thing. Football shit is their thing.
Can't wait to see what the Giants do.
The Giants, I don't
What
know,
white quarterback they bring in this time?
because if the Giants, if it's a blacked out NFC East, I'm winning and losing. But
If Shador finds his way to your division, that shit, I will not.
I did
miss
think.
an
I
NFC
think it was
East game.
funny. It was really funny that we started this year by being like, "Damn, most black quarterbacks in the NFL ever." Like I think it was like
looking
16
good.
or 18.
It's looking good.
And then like the top 3 passers in the week within week 5 were like Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold.
Oh yeah, that shit. But look who's at the end of this thing.
Also,
This is
you know?
true.
Baker
Well,
Mayfield.
also these 2 quarterbacks were not in the top 5 passers at any point.
No,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
I think Baker Mayfield has what you would call hood tendencies.
he really does.
Yeah, he's like a Tyler Hero type, where it's like
I put him and
he's
Jalen
invited
in
to the
similar
cookout. I would think.
categories of like these motherfuckers are just scrappy.
Yeah.
Like you can't count them out because they'll die for this shit.
I like me my Baker man.
I love Bacon now, man. I used to
Yeah.
hate that motherfucker.
Yeah,
We used to talk about it, like I couldn't stand Baker
Yeah.
Mayfield.
Yes, calamity. NFC East FUBU edition. That is what I want.
Man.
Next
I'm all
year.
about it.
Y'all
can have starter nights?
But if you want to know like kind of like updated quarterback feelings
Yeah.
based off of this year's performance, this is strictly just off of this year, and that's the whole thing, right? It's just a different conversation, and I think that the year to argue Jalen as being the best is just not this year, only because, and this is the problem. It's not me shitting on Jalen to say that Saquon's the fucking star of that show and has been absolutely nonsensical. Motherfucker was the MVP vote from that team. Like, you can't, like, that's a tough thing.
Offensive
No one's
player of the year.
diminishing Saquon.
But the delta here is, and that's the delta, where I'm like, yeah, I will move up Jalen depending on how they win. And
you know what made me think even more highly of Jalen Hurts was
I think he's not the problem on that team, though.
no, he's not. If they have any problem, it's AJ Brown.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's seeing them try to do the tush push in Buffalo 4 times in a like,
And it just don't work.
it fails every time. And it would be one thing if the quarterback wasn't like a stud, but Josh Allen is a big, strong
Huge.
man.
You've
and
seen him do some crazy
Oh,
shit.
but they also do it
And they can't
weird.
do that.
They try to they overthink it.
If he falls, he should be able to, you know?
It's just
Yeah.
push
Just
through.
fall like this. with your
Yeah,
arms
and he
out.
can't do. No, it's an art. What they do, that shit. I swear they practice that shit numerous times. a
But
day.
what
definitely do.
What
Yeah.
I will say is, and this goes into the broader quarterback discussion, I think the AFC gets too much stroke because there are NFC quarterbacks like a Jalen, like a Jaden this year,
Yeah.
who have just stood up and
been very good.
and have been just as good.
I mean, it's only 2.
As
Who
these-
the fuck else is in the NFC?
well, actually, okay, Sam Darnold
They're
got
up and coming.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
what
No,
is the
I mean they're
problem.
the NFC.
There are different
future.
points
Like,
in their careers.
Yeah.
Like
But-
they're kind of the faces of the NFC.
Yeah.
as
Like
far
Lamar's
as-
been Lamar for like what 4 years at this point.
Yeah,
And-
Lamar, like, he kind of was like right away, we're like, oh, this guy is
Oh,
something
wow.
special.
Yeah.
And in the NFC, after the top 2, it's kind of like you're either up and coming or you just found a new
Or your
home.
retread. Yeah.
Yeah.
Found a new home.
and it's been weird, but the delta there is like this year. I think that there was just too much trying to force the AFC quarterback situation to be what it was. Like with Goff being in some of the positions in the finals awards.
Yeah.
And Darnold didn't even get a look.
He should.
And he was way better throughout the year.
No, he wasn't.
Shut up. Shut up.
He wasn't.
He wasn't.
He was not.
No,
Like,
no, time out. When it comes to Burrow being this year, yes, he was better in terms of
By his standard, yeah.
in statistics of Burrow, yeah. But
He's better than Burrow.
Well,
yeah.
Burrow had to get there, but yeah.
no. Well, I think Sam Darnold performed better this year than Burrow.
Then Joe Burrow.
you
yeah.
said Goff.
That's yeah. You said.
Oh, my bad. No. Oh, sorry.
Goff was better than Darnold this
Oh,
year.
sorry. No,
but I agree
no.
with you. I agree
No.
with Darnold.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
Burrow.
No.
Yeah, I give you that.
Like Burrow was getting
Burrow
considered.
came on towards the end of the season.
Yeah, no, Burrow came on towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying. The AFC was doing that weird thing where it's like, oh, we have to have Joe Burrow in here.
Well, I mean, all the
even though
best-
you have more NFC quarterbacks who are
All the
studly
best
out.
ones are in the AFC. Like that's the thing.
Not
all their,
this year.
All their shiny toys.
No,
are mostly
not
in
this
the
year,
AFC.
though.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels is the only new. He's a new kid on the block, but he's an NFC.
No, but that's the
it.
problem.
What do you got other than old dudes?
TJ, you're hurting yourself here because Goff is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Like he's
No,
probably
he's not.
3 or 4 on that
Are you gonna
list.
argue for Jared Goff here?
But
It
I'll argue
sounds
for
like-
for
Yeah.
everyone around him.
So the look, just
Goff
off the top
is
of my head, the top 5 were what? Darnold, Goff, Daniels.
He'll do the same thing with Jalen Hurts and Goff. Goff isn't great. He just has 2 great running backs.
Yeah, who the fuck is the 5th? I only
That's
named
true.
4.
That's true. Okay, that one's way more true.
What, Matt-
I'm not doing that with Jalen.
Would Matt Stafford be the 5th in that? Like
in the NFC?
Yeah.
Probably.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's old shit.
Stafford's good, but
He is good, but like they're old, man. Like these dudes don't have much time left. You need more Jaden Daniels in this
Okay,
bitch.
look. First of all, let's just talk about
the
this
fun
year's-
quarterbacks are the AFC.
I'm not saying the young quarterbacks
The
in
young,
the AFC,
fun quarterbacks
but
are
because
there.
of that, I think it discounts the performance strictly from this year. Where I said this year there was a bit more argumentation of a little bit of balance because at the end of the day, and also I think it is also a kind of a year of repeats where I love Lamar. I think Lamar deserves to be all in the award conversation off of strictly statistics. He also has lost repeatedly in the same
I think
fucking
that
cycle.
That should count.
and he loses the same way every time.
Every single fucking time.
He man.
So we've got to get to a point to
That's gotta
Joe,
count, man.
Joe Burrow, statistically, stud of the show, didn't even make the fucking playoffs, yet was in 2 awards categories.
I give you
He
that.
won
That
comeback player
You guys
of the year.
convinced me.
3!
Did he?
Yeah.
3 award
Really?
categories.
Joe Burrow won comeback player of the
Was
year.
he injured last year?
No, I mean I think he got hurt at one point in the middle of the year.
Kidding me?
He's been hurt like
No,
every
they just want to get that
season.
motherfucker in.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
Yeah, TJ's
like,
right.
I don't
about
like
this.
that. I don't like. Yeah.
the own like and you've heard me say it. I had to do a whole, and I'm not shit on him for the most part all season. Josh Allen, justified, not an MVP, but justified.
Not on green,
and
but
and,
whatever,
and,
yeah.
and Patrick Mahomes is Patrick fucking Mahomes.
Yeah.
After Then you got CJ, but CJ didn't.
CJ doesn't deserve shit.
And then, like, the rookie quarterbacks in the AFC were, Bo Nix and Drake May and all that. But they were. But that was this year was just a year where it felt so forced in these award categories.
It's real fucking forced.
That's right. Because last year, Joe Burrow got hurt in the middle of the season against the Ravens. And this actually hurt my opinion of him. Not the fact that he got injured, but Jake Browning came in
and killed it.
And
Where
looked
the fuck
really
is that
good.
guy?
It looked really good.
In the shadow.
I was surprised. Is he still in Cincy?
He's their Cooper Rush.
Dude, I would have went somewhere. Like, I think he could start.
He could have sold. He could have sold better.
Somewhere.
Yeah, he could have like.
Because I liked him in college, man. Like
he could have been a
Washington.
starter on a bad team.
Yeah, he really could. Like the Raiders would probably do a hell of a lot better. Yeah,
Or the Bengals.
Or the Bengals.
They're bad.
No, fuck no. Stop that.
Tom.
You had me in the no.
They missed the playoffs the last 2 years in a row. You know who made the playoffs? The Steelers, and we suck.
I can't defend that.
No.
Yes, you can.
And you hate the Texans, like in terms of like their.
I love my Texans.
In terms of quality, you always shit talk them.
Yes, I do, because I want perfection.
I phrased that incorrectly. You don't think the Texans are good?
Good enough.
They've made the playoffs the last 2 years. They've won playoff games the last 2 years.
We've done that already. I need AFC championship.
But the Bengals
or you're
haven't.
dead
That's
to
my
me.
point. And people still
They went
slob.
to the fucking Super Bowl 2 years ago.
Not 2
years ago.
It was like 5 years
It's
ago.
like 4.
And people still slob on their knob.
That's all it takes.
It's just it's
It was the first year of the show, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like
Yeah,
yes.
it was.
It was the first year I was here.
Yeah.
It's AFC. It's AFC stroke. It's particularly like these darlings that, for the love of gosh, the three like. There's just the spotlight, and maybe it's just because there is a spotlight. There's a spotlight on three quarterbacks who can't beat the same nigga.
Yeah,
like it's
that's
a problem.
frustrating.
It's a problematic thing.
That is super frustrating. That's bad for
Josh
the.
Allen.
Lamar, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow.
Well,
Joe Burrow beat him once,
Joe
and they
Burrow's
act like
beat him
he's
once.
the
that's what I'm saying.
fucking antidote, and he's not.
But the delta there is Joe Burrow's clipping wing is, guess what?
He can't stay healthy.
Couldn't stay healthy, and he hasn't been relevant for 2 years.
Yes.
And the year that y'all tried to y'all forced him into relevancy this year.
I agree
They did.
with that.
They did a little bit.
Dude, Lamar is only one win over Dak, y'all bitches. They are both non-winners.
Don't do that.
It depends on how you phrase it. He's either one win or 50% more wins.
That's fair.
Did you just compare Lamar to Dak?
No, what I'm just saying win-wise. Like when I say it like that.
Lamar went to AFC Championship.
When I say it like that, though, say it like that, it's not fun because the nigga has lost in the same way every single time.
Same way. No, I mean it's frustrating for the whole AFC as a
And then
whole.
yes, Josh Allen is 0-4.
0-4.
But he's 7-1 against everyone else.
And
Which is
happy
just
as fuck that-
terrible.
And happy that he won an MVP. Fuck off, man.
What? Josh Allen?
Yeah, win a fucking Super Bowl.
I'm
Super
not-
Bowl MVP
I'm
to me
not
is
mad
the
at
award.
that. I was like, if it's either Allen, Lamar, or Saquon, I'm
No one cares.
I was
But, like,
happier about that than I was the Grammys, so it is, take that for what it's worth.
Let's see how you do at the Oscar. Yeah, but like, no, man.
I'm gonna be pretty unhappy. Actually,
I can't wait.
Josh,
I wanna watch
Josh
that
Allen
with
winning is
one
like
of you.
Amelia Perez winning. Actually,
I was about to say.
It is. Well, no, Joe Burrow would have been like a
Josh Allen's acceptance speech from penis to vagina.
China.
And Haley Steinfeld was like, I want a divorce. We're not married yet. Great. But
I-
it's easier.
I think the broader thing here is going into the actual MVP vote. I think I'm just tricked out because they couldn't decide how they want to do this award.
No, it varies
No,
from year
yeah.
to year.
And it's so weird because it's like people first and damn, I can't look. This is not an offense towards Dak. This is just like I got and understood why Lamar won last year.
Yes.
Because they were like, he won out. He was not statistically better. He just won out.
Won out, yeah. It looked good at
Okay.
the end.
Then I guess that's how they're gonna do it
You
this
stuck
year.
the landing, I guess.
I'm just confused on
'Cause
like that.
Josh
flip.
Allen had one of the worst statistical games in history.
That-
and yet
I
still
told you
managed
guys
to
it
win.
didn't matter, 'cause
It,
it was
clearly does not.
I told you that.
which is fine.
You can feel it. It's like this. It's one game. It does not matter.
but
That was a
but I
bad
also say
game.
the delta
Yeah.
of okay, well Lamar had all the stats and he also did still win.
Not as much.
But to your point, right, where it's just
Yeah.
like, oh, but then they split the All-Pro thing. Then they did the All-Pro maneuver
Yeah.
where they gave. And I was like, okay, y'all didn't do that last. Like it's very.
It varies.
It's such a weird non-consistency in terms of that award that's why it makes the conversation so. Well, just whatever the fuck we wanted, and I think honestly, this year it would have been easier to just been like, fucking
on the
Saquon.
note of,
let's just
Yeah, it would have been the best.
No,
year to do
No
that.
one would have been outraged
No.
with Saquon winning it.
on the note of Joe Burrow winning a forced award and comeback player of the year award. Do you know they changed the rules this year?
Yeah.
It has to be from injury. Right?
It has to be from injury.
Really?
Yeah,
Sam-
That's fucking stupid.
Sam Darnold was nominated.
Sam Darnold was originally the Vegas front runner.
Okay.
And then they changed it to be
because they could not
Because he's trash.
rationalize Sam Darnold winning something.
He shouldn't. He doesn't deserve to win shit. He failed his team when they needed him the most.
You know,
Huh?
That's our new quarterback.
Oh, he signed with the Raiders?
Dude, Sam Darnold has
It
not
doesn't-
even been released
Congrats
from the
on Chip
Vikings.
Kelly, by the way.
real quick, who's everyone's biggest snub for the awards? I think
I think it's
I say
for
Cameron.
me. It's actually Saquon Barkley not winning MVP.
Yeah, he should have won
it's
MVP.
it's definitely it's for me.
I think Saquon should have won MVP and Derrick Henry should have won Offensive Player.
I think I actually with you. I think this was the year of the running backs.
Yep, I do
and quite
too.
frankly, when it comes to pound for pound, I know they're trying to justify Josh Allen didn't have anyone. I'm still a
Get the
person who's
fuck
like
outta here
I'm
with
still
that shit.
I'm just a person who's like you can't have the worst
No,
statistical.
because they were saying that shit up until a point, and then like, oh, he got Amari Cooper. Oh, Shakir is back. Oh, they're balling now. He didn't need he has what he needs, and then when they lose, oh, he doesn't have what he needs. Get the fuck out of here. Look, I'm starting to like this motherfucker. Y'all are really making me revert back to hating Josh Allen. He doesn't deserve that. He didn't do anything wrong.
No, this is Josh Allen's best year. This is if there's any year he should have won MVP. I'm not.
I was
this is a-
entertained watching him
but
this year,
it was
man.
just a weird situation
They forced it.
where they. I think what really started to make it just feel weird was when they were like, "Well, Lamar's won it twice in a row.
Twice,
he
yeah.
can't win." And when
voter
they started,
fatigue is a thing.
Oh, I knew when they said that.
and I get
shit.
it. I get
Yeah.
it. It just makes it feel not
Like
as.
he doesn't have one yet. He needs. It's like he's due for one. Yeah.
It feels like he's due.
Yeah, there
I
you go.
agree.
It feels weird to try and make that sort of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it should just be, hey, if I'm just better than people.
Yeah. Now, I can't
better.
say he was better than Lamar. He definitely wasn't better than Saquon.
He was better. No one's better than Saquon.
No.
Except Jalen Hurts, apparently.
No one said that.
No, not
Put
you.
words in our mouth.
My biggest snub, and you guys might disagree, Dan Campbell not getting Coach of the Year. I thought
I
That
don't
was
think he
bad.
deserved Coach of the Year.
who should have gotten it in your mind?
Fuck. Man.
Can you win?
Honestly, I think Dan Quinn.
That's
In my
valid.
opinion, Dan Quinn.
I don't hate
To me,
that
the
Kevin
coach of the
O'Connell
year
won.
To me, coach of the
kinda
year should
do,
go to
but,
the coach that brought a team from jack shit to something.
Dan Campbell's been doing that his entire
No,
tenure.
you can't keep saying that shit. They've been on a consistent route. Like they've been good
Yeah,
for the
but they've
past
been getting
3 years.
better every year.
I don't clearly not because
half their team
they
was
still
on
haven't made it
IR
to
at
the
a
fucking
point.
NFC Championship. I don't care.
It's a regular
I
season
don't
award.
care. Your team is supposed to progress.
It
They
is-
have not progressed.
It is funny because he does get to say like I am morally consistent for once. Because this was his argument against Vrabel 2 years ago. It's like it doesn't matter that half your team was hurt.
Yeah, I don't
Vrabel's-
give a fuck about that.
But it's a
I
regular
don't care.
season award. And it was the best regular season in that team's history
Great.
with
But
a third.
They did the same thing last year.
With a no.
What, a couple more wins?
Yeah, they were 15.
So what?
They were 15-2 this
Fucking
year.
Dan Quinn took the fucking commies to the NFC Championship.
They were just in the playoffs.
That doesn't mean anything. The fact they made it to the
literally
playoffs is a
doesn't
feat.
because it's a regular season award.
The fact they made it, the record alone was great. Way better than it should have been.
They had the same record, or like they had the same.
The fact he had the same fucking record.
That's-
like
no,
the
no,
commies.
No,
Y'all-
they
y'all.
had the same.
Are you kidding?
No, let me finish. They did the same thing under Ron Rivera.
Doesn't matter. They did it this season.
But my point being,
Season,
their
it's a
year-
season award.
The regular season was not as good as the Lions, and it is a regular season award. And the Lions team was beat up to shit.
That doesn't matter.
So I think it's just. I think it's an. Let me. Can I interject?
Sure.
I think it's an angle thing. I think there's 3 different angles because again we have 3 different options here, and I said I wasn't mad with the choice they took because I just think
Who
it's a
won?
different angle.
Kevin
It's,
O'Connell,
Vikings.
the Vikings head coach.
Okay, so
who Dan Campbell swept.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now the delta here is
They were fugazi.
from
They were.
it is a matter of a unexpected team
Yeah.
that no one really had make it to the playoffs,
Yeah.
let alone being as good as they were being good.
Yes.
Yeah.
The expectation of consistency on a build. They have been good. They have continuously been good, and they're building off of that.
No.
And Dan Campbell has consistently gotten better records.
No. Yeah.
And then I think Kevin O'Connell was just the neutral factor of because of how much they devalued Sam Darnold.
That's why he won it. Because
That's what I'm saying.
Everyone
No,
had
that's
such
what it is. You
Everyone
had a
such
team
low
with Sam
opinion of
Darnold and you had 11 wins.
And then they had such a high opinion of Goff.
Yeah.
And that's the delta because I'm with you in the sense of I think Dan Campbell. I think all of these to be honest, I think this was a year where I'm like, yeah, I can see the argumentation for anyone.
Yeah, because the Lions are historically garbage.
Okay, that hasn't been the case in like 4 years.
It hasn't been the case in 2 years
And it hasn't been the case because of Dan.
because of him.
And-
Okay, well, has he not won one yet?
No.
Well, okay, his shit was gone. Like, it's gone.
What?
Like, he has a good
won
team
what?
now.
Hasn't won what?
Coach of the year.
I mean, I thought he
has
should
a
have won it
good-
last year,
I thought D'Amico
too.
should have won last
Which
year.
I thought was ridiculous.
No, when you
because
take-
the
to
Texans
me, man, when you
regularly
take-
won on Saturday in the postseason to your playoff wins apparently matter.
don't-
It's this regular season award.
No Saturday, no, because D'Amico took a team that won 2 games the previous season to 10 fucking wins into the playoffs.
with an awesome quarterback.
No, with a quarterback that needs to prove something to me. I won't say shit. He needs to prove something.
I will
But
say-
like, no, to me that means something. That means this coach specifically is the reason this shit team is winning now. Is relevant
and you can't
now.
say that about the Lions.
No, because that ship sailed 3 years ago.
No,
we
it
knew
didn't.
no, because everyone knew they were on the right track. How many like breaks did people give? Like, oh, they're losing, but they're on the right track. They're doing good. They
One.
increasingly are getting better.
They gave it to him one
Last
season.
year should have been his year. If that was going to be the year, it should have
He
been
should
last
have-
year. Because he has a good team now. They are the top tier team now.
The Texans
so
have a
that
good
means
team.
so that means something. And so now they people see them
I
in the
think the
NFC. They were NFC
expectation-
Championship predictions. People had them in the Super Bowl before
And
the season
I think this is,
started.
and this,
I did.
So you don't get that.
I think this is an
anymore.
expectation.
That's
This is an expectations thing.
because you wouldn't give it to the fucking Chiefs.
I wouldn't.
And
Actually,
to me,
I think Andy Reid deserves it.
Andy Reid deserves it just off of consistency.
and the injuries. That's my main argument for the Lions.
No,
I
and again,
guess our disagreement is what the award should go.
Yeah,
to.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, these are all valid angles. I think they're just
Yeah.
3 different angles. I think the Lions. Okay, so what I think. Where I will be super stuffed on Dan Campbell not getting the award is if they come back and do the same shit again.
Yeah.
Like,
They
that'll
will.
be fucking crazy.
And they will.
And if they do, like, I'll be fucking nuts. Because I
No
think
doubt about it, they will.
I think it's weird for him not to win an award. Unfortunately, this is just a year where I can see all 3 different angles here. Where I'm like, yeah, I'm not like Dan Quinn going from being the defensive coordinator to the Washington Commanders and figuring that situation out to where they could be successful
trash
is an impressive
team,
story.
man.
I
You
do
know,
think
Kevin
And Kevin O'Connell, I think,
just don't want to bring
deserves
up-
it more than Dan Campbell.
I just don't want to bring up the postseason because that doesn't matter.
No, I'm
That's
going.
what- that's
no,
what makes me
even
mad
even
when I hear that.
even getting that out of the way, like
Yeah.
you could see, the teams that are going to the postseason
I'll-
in
O'Connell's
the
a tricky
regular
one.
season.
I'll give you. I agree that.
But
I
like
think,
the Lions did nothing that surprised me in any way.
I think it's also, and again, I don't. Quarterbacks shouldn't be weighing so much in every fucking category, but they do.
Yeah.
I think it's a matter of question mark, situation
the
was
Lions-
apparently figured out.
But the Lions found a way to win without their number 1 defensive player.
Yes.
Without their tight end.
But
down a running back.
Well, good teams are supposed to.
because the narrative changed on the Lions midseason. They're like, oh, they're not going to do anything, and they ended up winning the NFC.
Again,
I never said that.
But you want to know when you sit down in a room.
But we're talking about the narrative, though.
Yeah,
The
Well,
narrative
no, I
changed.
mean the narrative was always like when all those injuries hit, they were like, okay, this could go either way. I didn't know anybody
No,
was like,
it
this
was
gonna,
not.
I didn't hear anyone say they're gonna fall off a fucking cliff.
Who was nominated?
I
in the
started.
category?
I stopped picking the Lions to win in December.
I didn't pick them for a couple either, but I didn't think they were a bad team though.
I picked them every time.
Like I knew they were gonna
well,
I knew they were gonna make the playoffs.
You know,
I knew that
I
part.
caught up
You
on
know
one
me,
of them 'cause
I'm a
they
toss
lost
of
the
the
game they
hat. It
weren't
depends
supposed
on
to.
whether or not I love the team and knock off, or I just want them to lose. But to your point, like I think it just goes back to the simple fact of if you look at the storylines, it's the matter of
I guess.
quarterback because they just and truly, I think if Sam Darnold was appropriately in some of the categories he should have been in the awards,
Yeah.
Dan Campbell wins because Sam Darnold was so devalued to the fucking floor.
he
They're
should
like,
have been.
Kevin O'Connell is the only reason that
Y'all
team
act
won.
like Sam Darnold did something before this. Like he did nothing before this.
Yes, I know,
I
but
guess
you're talking about a fucking yearly award.
The other.
Yeah, no, this year. I mean, this year. No, that's why I said like Kevin O'Connell winning. I'm like, all right, that's fine.
You know, the other thing that frustrates me with Dan Campbell not winning it. You know who won Assistant Coach of the Year?
Yeah.
Ben Johnson. That's like
His
yeah.
offense, man. I'm just saying.
I'm like, yo,
You know that the Lions haven't
He's a
had
darling.
an OC or DC coach since World War II.
I know.
wild.
And you know who hired them? Dan Campbell. He's a really fucking good coach. And this isn't
a
like
good
the
coach.
Eagles situation because Nick Sirianni didn't even hire his staff. I don't know what Nick Sirianni.
I also
I don't
don't
know
think
what he
Kellen.
does either, man.
I'm also going to let y'all know right now. Kellen Moore is going to go to them Saints, and they're not going to be good.
No.
I'm
Fuck
telling
no.
you right now.
No, you
Kellen
don't have to tell us. We know that already.
Kellen Moore is on the Saquon
happy
back.
he
That entire team
Hey, I'm
is
happy-
on Saquon's thighs.
I'm happy Kellen got his bag though.
I will say on that note of the Eagles, it's a good time to move into the the big topic here today, the game
Yeah.
that we're here to talk about, here to honor.
Tom, why you make it sound like here to honor today?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who wins today, whether it's the Chiefs or the Eagles.
Well, both
all
be-
the other teams, including all 4 of our teams, had to bend the knee. It's like, yeah, they were better than us this year.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
The refs were better than us.
Tommy,
No, they wouldn't have won that game.
your guy
That's
threw
fine.
his helmet
They would've-
off on the first play.
That guy should be cut, by the way. He ain't put and push the coach. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that to Frank
When
Ross.
that
He's a
happened,
good
I was
coach.
like, God damn it, you guys already lost.
We already lost. No, I knew we did too. I was like, okay. Just CJ, don't embarrass yourself or us. And he didn't. He did
not.
okay. Yeah.
His O-line is
No, we got a new OC. I'm confident next season, but fuck, man.
You just need an new
the
line.
kid disappointed me like
But even then, like, I don't know how you fix it besides culture because the Bengals did nothing but
let me tell
draft
you,
offensive
the
linemen.
worst part of our culture on that O-line is fucking Laramie Tunsil. He's a fucking captain and shouldn't be at all because he's the worst example to
Yeah,
set.
bro, I
on
got
young
legit
players,
mad
man.
for you when I saw
Dude, that shit
he's a Pro Bowler this
infuriated
year.
me. He's a Pro Bowler every year, and I don't know why. Is it just no good left tackles in the fucking AFC? Because I don't know how this motherfucker keeps getting.
Is he
Oh,
a
don't
Pro
look.
Bowler?
He's been a Pro Bowler for like the past 4 years.
Sorry, don't look at me at left for left tackle. Ours just kept on getting flagged.
Is he a Pro Bowler on defense?
No shit. Like if you, and look, hey, if penalties added against an offensive line, he would not be a Pro Bowler in any fucking way.
To this situation, so in an interesting kind of hey, we have the Chiefs and Eagles. I do think it is a worse look if the Chiefs win. Besides the three-peat being just the three-peat, because that would just feel bad. That starts to put a narrative on Jalen as well if he loses to Patty for a game.
And then he's just like Josh Allen and Lamar.
No, it adds him to the bucket. I'm not saying it's a negative thing.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's not a good.
He's a new pelt on the wall.
Yeah, he's a
Right.
new. He's
can't
new
beat
part of the untouchable.
Yeah, can't beat me.
And I don't want Jalen to be in that category
But
because
it-
I actually think
He would be, but I think he'd be elevated because he's got.
I think I would give him more of a chance than any of the rest of them because he doesn't know what he doesn't know, so
Here's
he
the
just
thing
play.
that I want to say about the Eagles in general. They're winning much like the Cowboys did in spite of their coaching. Like, I don't like McCarthy. I never liked McCarthy as a coach.
Yeah.
But when the Cowboys were really good, it was because Zeke and Dak.
Yeah. They were
found a way
still
to-
riding. Yeah, they were just doing the thing.
And the Eagles are really good this year because
True.
of.
Back in the day, not now.
I honestly think Jalen's more of a coach than Nick Sirianni.
Yes,
too, man.
yes,
I don't-
exactly.
honestly, I don't
Yes,
know
that's
why
what
Nick
I'm
Sirianni
saying.
is
Yeah.
Some
I
tells me like
feel
if they
you.
put
I
like
agree.
Yeah.
like if they put a real coach back there, I think this team would
I
be
said
dominant
this
as fuck.
at
man.
the start of the year. I think to Jordan, I was like, if you guys had a better coach, I think I would pick you to win the Super
I agree.
Bowl.
Yeah.
I didn't think Sirianni was going to make it this year. 'Cause
No,
I'm
I
like,
thought he was gonna
It
fire
doesn't look
midseason.
like it makes logical sense.
I
to
thought they were
bring
going to
him
fire
back,
midseason and
man.
replace him with Mike
You have
Vrabel.
Kellen Moore as your OC and you're doing this.
Sirianni-
Like, coaching ain't the issue with that team. It is and it isn't. It's like if you brought competent people in that building, that's a Super Bowl team.
Sirianni is an emotional hothead.
Yeah.
And
No, he's a psychopath and not in a
he's
good
the
way.
worst. He's the worst situation for Philadelphia, and also is a Philadelphia coach through and through.
Yes.
and he is the person in charge, like, because the head coach doesn't have to call plays. I don't know if he does.
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
So he's
just
literally
there.
just in charge of making
He's
sure the
just
engine
there.
runs and that of the culture. And I don't think he's good at that.
No, they've had so many issues about like, it's fuse in the locker room.
You got
It's
fucking AJ Brown reading self-help books.
on the sideline.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Any like coach worth his salt would walk over, snatch that shit, and throw it in the
What are
trash.
we doing here, kid? Yeah, like, dude,
You have to have rapport to do
it's crazy. It's
And
like,
you-
look,
And
like,
I think that it literally works that Nick Sirianni walks into the locker room, yells at them, leaves, and Jalen Hurts is like, "All right, guys,
Yeah.
this is what we're gonna do." Now.
Yes. I think that's very feasible.
I could see that happening.
You know, that would be great. And this guy would do. He might do it.
Yeah.
It's in character for him. And I'm not a fan of this guy, but I would like it if he did this. If the Chiefs win and they're just like crushing, and they cut to Travis Kelce reading that same book. On the
That would be great. That'd be great.
With the ball
Somebody needs
fade.
to have that book on that sideline. Yeah, get a ball. He'd do it. You know he'd do
I
it.
would stand up and clap. I'd be
I
like,
would. I'd be like, all right, you got me.
That is
Yeah.
the appropriate.
I don't know.
petty-
They're gonna.
They don't have that. They're not that cool.
Nah, they're gonna already be showing Taylor breaking it down for Kendrick like she did.
Well,
at the
there is
Grammys.
a legitimately prize picks bet about whether Kelsey is going to propose today if they win.
He will, and she'll say yes, and then it'll fall apart.
Oh, they're getting divorced within
And then
3
she'll
years.
have the best album ever.
She'll say,
He's gonna leave her for a black woman.
she'll say yes, but then they'll split before they actually.
But yeah, he's right now. Ever since he's been with Taylor, it's been like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation.
I
The
like
code switching has been outrageous.
Yeah, he's been trying to fight it.
He's
I
it's
like-
breaking his brain.
Rakeen's suggestion of tapping Jason Kelsey, see if he'd want to coach the Eagles.
No shit.
I think he'd be good.
Honest to God, I think that would be a great idea.
They should put him on staff.
Yeah, not head coach.
Yeah,
right
not
It could be a
head-
Jeff
put him on
Saturday
staff
situation.
and just put him on staff.
Yeah.
He has all of the credit, and to be fair, he
Next
has the
year,
football
upgrade him.
knowledge too.
Boom.
I think he could develop himself into a really
He
good
should,
player.
because I'm tired of seeing him on TV, and I think
I am too.
that team respects him. He could get them to.
He
the
feels
Super
like
Bowl.
he feels like
really
he
could.
feels like one of those players. I'm like, oh yeah.
If Sirianni can do it, yeah.
But to that Delta,
Hell, you can do it.
I think if
like
they
I said,
lose,
I think they're winning in spite of Sirianni.
No, they absolutely are.
I
That's
think
the
if they
thing.
lose, I do think Sirianni's gone.
he should. Yeah, I
I think they
I
will
don't
give
know.
him.
I don't think so.
No, yeah, I think.
No, I think Sirianni's gone.
Nah,
I think
can see it
because
go either way.
Kellen's gone. I think they're going to clear.
Because Sirianni's repertoire, isn't it? Got to the Super Bowl, lost his OC and DC last year, so they're going to write that year off.
Big fucking mess.
Yeah, and then this
They
year
got to another Super Bowl.
Bowl.
Well, I'm curious, and maybe someone in the chat knows.
No, but the Eagles are a franchise who don't give a fuck about that.
yeah,
They don't.
I'm curious.
what's up?
The OC and DC that they got rid of last year, did Nick Sirianni hire them? Because these current ones, Howie Roseman hired them.
Yeah.
So that was very much
Well,
like.
And
And Howie will be-
Howie's slinging.
I was about to say
Howie-
Howie is definitely Lord of the Rings, not Lord of the Rings, a fucking Game of Thrones, like everything.
Yeah,
that team is winning because of
Howie.
yes.
Like
Yeah,
I
big
think
time.
Howie is like he's a fucking beast. We were saying this. In
I don't
the
know
group
how
chat.
he's got that contract situation.
Yeah.
I don't
we
understand
were legit
how he's doing it.
in my other sports chat making jokes about when Miles Garrett and Cooper Kupp got released. It's like somehow they're going to end up on the Eagles for $5 to $10 million each.
Can, can
Howie-
we end off on those on the trades?
Yeah. Howie is, I think, the best GM in the league, and it's not close
By far.
Yeah, it is not close.
Oh,
How do you sign all the best free agents and still have 2 or 3 first-round picks next year?
yeah.
how do they have cap space?
Not only that, he hires good assistant coaches. He
confused.
told the head coach, "You suck at this. Just stay on the sidelines and just don't get in the way."
Yeah.
So look, it's such a confusing situation in the sense of I put like Howie is like the inverse Raiders, where I'm like Howie makes all the right decisions.
Yeah.
All the right decisions.
I've never heard, ooh, how he fucked up there. I've never heard that.
And he just knows how to maneuver those situations like that. And I mean, he's just a really like hey, I mean, I play this motherfucker twice a year. Don't get it twisted. It's sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
How he's just able to craft that. That said, and I think that we're all kind of in the same camp. I think we all prefer the Eagles winning
Yeah. Yeah.
because it would just feel bad if Patrick Mahomes won.
It would be a great.
I'm actually okay with Patrick winning.
I wouldn't be upset if the Chiefs won, but it would be a great story for Saquon, and I like Jalen Hurts a lot.
Well, that's
Patrick
my
Mahomes
over-
has won enough.
That's my overall issue with this in general. Is like no matter who wins, it's a good story to me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because if Patrick wins, he's that much closer to catching Tom.
Yes, he is.
And he has something over his belt over
He
time.
has something
Yeah.
that Tom Brady never did.
Because at the end of it, I really do think that he needs to win more Super Bowls than Tom to say that he's better than Tom.
I agree.
Because Tom beat him head to head.
Knocked him out of the postseason twice.
Yes.
So, like, you got an AFC Championship game as a Patriot and beat him in the Super Bowl. Are
Yep.
those only 2 times they played in the postseason against each
I
other?
believe so.
I think
It's
so.
2-0.
Yeah.
So beat him twice.
Yeah.
So if he wants to be better than Tom, he's going to need more rings than Tom.
I agree. He needs, at bare minimum, he needs as many in
Yeah.
my mind. Because you could argue, like, well, the three-peat might give him an edge. But
Yeah.
he
It'll
lost
be
to
known,
he
but-
lost to an old Tom, too.
Yeah, he
No,
lost
that's
to
what I'm saying. He
40-year-old.
lost to the GOAT. So it's
Yeah.
like, no, yeah, he has to get more rings, and I hope the fuck that doesn't happen.
Why?
What? Patrick Mahomes gets more rings than Tom
Yeah,
Brady?
why
Because
not?
I've learned to like Tom Brady more than Patrick Mahomes.
But you could learn to like Patrick Mahomes.
Fuck, no, never.
If I have to pick between
Never.
2 white people, I'm taking Tom.
Yeah, I'm taking Tom.
I mean, God, him going to Tampa really did him a lot of favors.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
I hated him
I mean,
before
it changed the
Tampa.
I'm with
whole
you.
narrative.
Tampa, I'm like, oh, he's a human.
Yeah, when he was in Tampa, I'm like, he's fun.
He's a good guy. I like Tom Brady.
But
though.
when he was on the Patriots, I was like, I can't stand this motherfucker, man.
Nah,
There was- I hated
Tampa
Bill
Tom was
Belichick
arrogant and funny.
with his perverted old ass. But yeah, but,
I mean,
Oh, he's a fucking creep. Can we just establish that right now? That motherfucker is a creep?
I like
Belichick.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh man.
Full-hearted. Just
I
a
don't.
fucking creep.
Let me see if I can find this tweet. You guys talk for a little bit because I need to
That
find
shit
this
is
tweet.
weird,
that's hilarious.
man.
He came out with all of his Super Bowl rings at the honors, and I wanted to be like, hey, give Tom Brady his rings back.
Yeah, no shit.
Because he hasn't done shit
You don't
without
deserve
Tom.
anything.
First
No, it was
year.
all Tom Brady. Bill Belichick is one of the biggest frauds to me in sports
Great
history.
defensive coordinator.
Yeah, solid defensive
but as a head
coordinator.
coach, his record without Tom Brady speaks for
Fugazi as fuck,
Yeah.
man. And I'm like, it's just a dude who took control of the narrative and made it seem like it was him, and it wasn't.
It wasn't like he had like garbage quarterbacks either. Like
No.
the whole time, Drew Bledsoe was a good quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. He could have made it work with a lot of quarterbacks,
Yeah.
and he just didn't. He could have elevated quarterbacks,
Yeah.
and he never did. Like because he's not a good fucking coach.
Yeah, I don't
He
think-
just rode Tom Brady's coattails, and now he's creeping at playgrounds and shit. And I don't know what the fuck.
This is so. I saw this.
Shit is
tweet.
gross, man.
I saw this tweet on the way here, like when I stopped to pick up the orange juice, and it made me laugh so much. I didn't think I was going to be able to talk about it because it was so out of left field. But now that Tommy's hated on Bill Belichick, I can bring it up.
All day, every day.
Bill Belichick's 24-year-old girlfriend walking around with an Atlanta Falcons Super Bowl 51's championship, almost as crazy as Bill Belichick having a bigger rack.
That that is a relationship held together by spite
Yeah. Jesus, man.
and cash.
I just don't know how anyone can look at that fucking dude and have like
Well,
respect.
you don't want him to be successful. That said,
He's going to North Carolina. Fuck him.
Jesus.
let's go. Super Bowl picks.
Oh, God. I'm gonna pick against the Chiefs just because I have to.
Because you were gone. Yeah, so Super Bowl pick is I
It's
think
Eagles for
Eagles.
me. Yeah.
No, I'm not picking the Eagles.
You're not picking. Oh,
I want the
Oh, you
Eagles
wanna
to
actually win.
I want the Eagles to win. I think the Chiefs are going to win.
You just want
Okay.
to be right. Yeah, no, I'm going
I wanna be wrong.
I'm going fully wishful thinking.
I
I'm
want
going to
to-
say Eagles. I'm putting it out.
I don't think it's wishful thinking. I think I've said this
Saquon.
before. I think Saquon and them big ass thighs.
That could be the difference. For me, that's where my hope lies.
Well, the other end of the spectrum of what I was going to say is that the Eagles are winning in spite of their staff because I don't think Kellen Moore is that great either.
no, he's terrible.
And on the other end of the spectrum, the Chiefs have a really good coaching staff that
They have an immaculate staff.
Yeah.
The Eagles defensive coordinator, Vic Fangio, right?
Yeah.
He is 0-8 against Patrick Mahomes. So I think the Chiefs are going to win this. I hope I'm wrong.
You say Patrick Mahomes, Andy
He's
Reid also.
He's
Is he
That's
still
his
there?
Achilles-
Yeah.
That's his Achilles heel. Andy Reid just like.
And
and I feel like Andy Reid just always. I think Andy Reid. I think he just he summons some extra energy to
He
beat
brings
the
his
Eagles.
A game. He brings his A game,
that's
and then
true.
he'll
I
film a
forgot about
commercial
that.
next week.
Yeah.
Like,
He's like,
can we start
yeah,
giving
yeah.
that man the Belichick treatment? Because I really want him to have the credit.
It's only because
over
he doesn't
because he
like-
doesn't look the part.
Yeah, that's all
I
it
hate
is.
that shit, man. Like this is one of the best
mean Andy?
coaches in history,
I think
and no one gives him fucking credit.
Oh, I think he's in a tricky situation because of Patrick Mahomes.
Well,
Because I said
motherfucker had Tom Brady. Seriously, a coach has
No,
the goat,
but
and he gets more credit.
but I'm with
Come
you.
on.
I'm with you. I think.
Yeah, I hate that
There's
argument, man.
there's no part of my being that sits there and looks at Andy Reid and isn't like he is just as much part.
Who
of me.
wins multiple championships with a scrub ass quarterback? No one.
Andy Reid has a lot more success with less talent.
Yes,
I do.
Yes.
Even though
I
he has
mean-
fewer Super Bowls, I think he's a better coach.
Because to
Well,
me, Tom Brady's better than Patrick Mahomes, just in general.
I mean, specifically a quarterback.
I was just
At
trying to
that
say,
position.
At,
So it's
at
just
wide,
like-
at wide receiver, they both have this innate talent that I don't know how they do it really.
Yeah.
Because Tom Brady won that Super Bowl, I think, against the Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
No, not against the Broncos because it was Patriots. But he won one of the Super Bowls with an all-white receiving core.
That should
Yeah.
make him the GOAT, right?
That's what I'm saying.
It was like Danny Amendola.
Yeah, no, they had
and,
terrible rosters. Like a lot of these players went to other places and didn't do shit.
and then the Chiefs are doing that with like they got to start like after last year they were like fuck dealing with all the drops we did last year.
Yeah.
And all those wide receivers fell one by one this entire season.
You play one with DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, really?
The fact that they won immediately after getting rid of Tyreek Hill is like the most gangster.
I love that shit. And now he's complaining like,
Yeah.
He's like, I want to go
I
home.
want to go back. Like, nah, bitch, you chose your path. You said Tua
wanna
was
go
just as good as a quarterback as Patrick
home.
He said Tua was just as good as a quarterback
that
as
guitar
Patrick
right
Mahomes. Get out of here with that shit.
Except no one's crying.
Yeah, no one
And I was kind of giving Jordan shit for a little bit because the Eagles did look bad at the beginning of the season.
That's why I wanted Jordan to be here.
Yeah.
Because I was prepared to give him his flowers because I've been talking shit about the Eagles. He's still mad at me, I think.
I think he's just kind of.
No, I mean, I'll shit talk the Eagles when they're
Well, yeah, of
successful,
course.
but division.
Tommy, you weren't here for this, I don't think. I said the Rams choked against the Eagles.
They
I think I was there. For
Oh, you were? Okay.
They did.
Yeah.
Well, they
Is that
absolutely
weird to
did.
say? No,
Yeah.
they did.
They did.
Yeah,
Matt Stafford choked.
The Rams had on the back foot, and then that false start
Yep.
let them get in a fresh pass rush.
And then they ran.
they
Then that last
capitalized.
ending play was weird.
Yeah.
Everything they did was weird.
It was
But
bad.
yeah, I don't know. The Eagles did get hot at the right time, and they were just collecting steam. And I think that even scarier, the Chiefs got hot on Christmas against the
Yeah,
Texans.
they did.
No, it's against us.
Yeah, it was against them.
Sorry, I keep forgetting.
It was a 2 week, that weird 2 week span, which I hope we never have to do again.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Because that shit made us look terrible. I'm like, they had 4 fucking days,
It
man.
made us look.
against the best teams in the NFL. Like, come on.
It made the Steelers look exactly what I knew they were all along.
It made us kind of look the same way. Yeah, it was just kind of just
And
exposed
it
what
wasn't
was
your co-
already
and it wasn't your
exposed
coach's
to the
fault.
world what we
It
already
actually
knew.
was 100%.
Yeah,
Mike
because everyone was
Tomlin
high on
is
the.
better.
No, I remember everyone was high on the Steelers. People were high somewhat on the Texans. They put them in the game, but it was like we knew our teams were trash, and it was like this is gonna be bad, and it was bad. It just fully exposed
Once the
that
Chiefs
they weren't
got
ready.
Pacheco back that week, I was like,
Bitch, I can't
Well,
stand
but he's not.
that guy.
I know people keep on talking. He's
My
not
least
the
favorite
he's not the
running
running back.
Kareem Hunt has been very
Kareem Hunt's
good.
been
Kareem Hunt is
fucking
the key.
ridiculous.
But Pacheco also did go through that he lost a family member and then they win a Super Bowl story. That kind of like Dak with the cancer mom story.
I like Dax better.
Well, he didn't win a Super Bowl that year.
Well, he won't.
Well, anyway.
Pacheco's had a. This
No
sounds
offense.
fucked up. Pacheco's had a better ending.
But I hate Pacheco.
But just to go,
Why?
I fucking can't stand because he's a guy. If you put him
I
on,
can't.
no, if you put that motherfucker,
Yeah, I
on,
can't say that when you have no.
if you put
he's
him
doing his best.
on any other team, I don't think he is what he is. He's just a product of this offense and of the whole.
there's not a
Chiefs.
lot of good running backs.
Kareem Hunt could go anywhere and he'd be good.
That's not true. He was literally
the
somewhere
Browns
else
and he
last
was-
year.
Oh, actually,
He was
When
on
he
the,
was with
he was
the
on,
Browns,
he was
he
on the
was good.
couch.
No,
He was on the couch, Tommy.
can I time out there? Oh, and I'm actually with you a little bit. Kareem was very good in the Browns. He was just behind Chubb and
I was
they
about to
decided to
say,
go with
he didn't
Chubb.
look bad.
And because he was a backup, that's why he was sitting on
Yeah,
the couch.
he didn't
But
get-
I've always
he did not
been
get that
someone
many
who's been
touches.
like, when he was at the Browns, no one was paying attention. I had him at fantasy, so I had
Exactly.
to
I was paying
was
attention
crazy.
to. Yeah, like he was. He was
He was really
good.
good. That's why I wasn't surprised
Yeah,
when
I
he
wouldn't
came
either.
back
I was like,
and
no,
punched
this
people in
dude,
the mouth.
he's a shit person, but he's a good fucking running back.
Can we
He's
please-
better than Pachenko.
Can we rapid fire these trades real quick?
What? Sure, go
Yeah.
for it.
Cool. Because I know.
Nah, Calamity, I don't fuck with him. I don't like him.
Yeah, because we got to
I don't like the cut of his
we
jib.
actually got to get there and
Yeah.
grab seats. To that point, quickly, what was it announced? First and foremost was Myles Garrett deciding that, hey, you know
A
what,
lot
I
of
can't
people
take
want
this
trades,
shit
Yeah.
anymore.
That's
I
normal.
want to trade.
Good for him. I was happy to hear that.
Myles Garrett can go anywhere.
Oh yeah,
Every
He's plug
every
and
team
play.
should be
And
calling
every
him.
team will be
Yeah,
benefit.
That's a
And
first. What do you think the price for that should be? Definitely a first, at least one.
I was
think
gonna
a
say-
second.
I'd say first and a
I was
second.
going to say a first and a second.
Yeah, same.
I think you can get a first, second, a
something
second.
like fourth.
I think like second and a lot of pick. Like you can
Some
kind of play.
ladders. Yeah.
Just because it depends on how much. It sounds like Miles wants to get the fuck out of there, so
I mean,
he'll
the man
push it.
Who wants to be there?
No one.
Like that shit
when they
is-
when they
I love it, by the way.
when they kept on double tapping on a terrible quarterback.
On a horrendous
That said,
quarterback.
I think that there's a lot. But what I will say is I don't think he'll go to a losing team.
No, he wants a championship.
So he wants a championship.
I can
Now
see him with the Chiefs. I don't know if they. I don't know if they have
I don't think
stock
they- I
for
don't think
that.
they
I
have
hope
stock.
that does not
Okay, I was about
happen.
to say
I don't think
because
that because of Chris Jones.
he's
I don't
gonna
think
go
they have stock.
to one of those top three.
I think he's going NFC. I think NFC has stock.
So
I think it's a good idea.
I think the
that would be a
Lions should
smart.
get him.
I think that's a great
So
idea.
I don't think they can
so
afford it.
Sports Illustrated has it as the Packers, Lions, Bears, Commanders,
Yep.
and Bills as
I can
the
see
Commanders-
those last two. I could see
Commanders total.
Commanders. I could definitely.
I could see
They
Commanders and
need that.
Lions.
Yeah, like they could use like a signature edge rusher. And yeah, no, fuck man, if they had him,
Can you imagine Myles Garrett and Aiden Hutchinson together?
no, I don't want to see
Now you
that.
know.
Horrifying.
I don't want to see that.
Now
at
you know
all.
I want him, but when that's never
Oh,
happened.
y'all don't do things like that.
Who's next? Who's the other? Oh, Cooper Kupp, which was
Kupp.
surprising. That one was
I
surprising.
don't want.
Well, that Cooper that wasn't Cooper wanting to leave. That was
the Rams being like, we don't want you no
happy
more.
to go. Come on, buddy. Yeah, that's what that shit.
that
is.
was like, we got Puka now.
Yeah, we don't need you.
Go sit in the
I
corner.
don't like you.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, that was a little unceremonial.
Cooper Kupp, again, I think he can go anywhere.
Yeah.
I think he's earned that stock. I don't know who would, like, a lot of teams
Everybody
would
keeps
benefit,
like Texans
but he's kind of
as
tricky.
one, but I don't want him.
I heard the Steelers as one.
I can see Steelers.
He
too.
would suck there. We have no
doesn't.
quarterback.
Yeah, I don't.
White slots, Patriots, guys, come on.
I mean, that's
Think inside the box.
Hey, Vrabel's back, trying to
Yeah.
get that old school,
I- I-
that
I
old Patriots
completely
way
agree with
shit
you.
going.
I
Being a
think-
white receiver.
Well, I think
I can see him there.
Cooper
Yeah, there's a little too much color in here.
White slots.
Cooper Kupp has been
New
trending
England.
downward pretty hard the last few years. He had that great year when they won the Super Bowl, and since then,
Yeah, no, he's been down.
It's been
he's
injuries.
trending downward
yeah,
big time.
and that's
yeah.
a factor.
Your
But
twin is trending down.
I think his stock is low, but I do think they're undervaluing him. I think they will. I think they're selling low. They're
I
probably
think a
going to
new
sell
change
low
of
with him.
scenery will
I-
rejuvenate him.
I
in a
could
way.
100%.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could see Patriots, and I hate saying this, I could see Chiefs. Because he's
I could see Chiefs.
He's-
actually.
he's
Because
gonna be
Kelsey's
Chiefs.
out this year.
Yep.
100%. If they win,
Yeah,
Kelsey's
he's
out.
done.
a good
Yeah, he's
slot
done.
receiver who's pretty cheap.
Who's white?
I think,
yeah,
I think even if they lose, Kelsey's gone for sure.
yeah, no, he's done.
They
I
weren't
mean, you can
leaning
tell
on
by-
him this season.
You can tell by the way he looks. Like he's already got one.
Yeah,
foot
because
out.
He's gonna have- I think
he
he's
has
gonna
a rich girlfriend.
He has a cereal.
I hate.
What's the point?
I hate saying this. I think it's going to happen. I think he's going to be awesome today.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
gonna- he's gonna leave it all out there.
Bro, have you
fucking
seen
good.
what
He's gonna
happens?
leave it all out
like
there.
people will lock up Kelsey all season. Then they get to the playoffs and they just look. He's too big.
We
He's
locked-
too white. He's too fast.
We locked
don't
up.
understand.
We literally locked up every other member of that fucking team, but him. He
Like,
had
they
like
like-
140
Bro, I
yards
saw-
and 2 touchdowns.
I saw y'all fucking.
I'm like, what the fuck,
y'all
man?
defense looked at him
Seriously,
and were
he's
like,
overweight.
We don't understand.
What are you doing?
It was the funniest.
He doesn't care
Looks
anymore.
like Luca out
He
there.
does. He
Get
looks like
him.
Zion out there. Fuck, man.
Like
Like, what are we
Zion.
doing?
And then
That shit hurt
because
the
of
most.
because of the Aaron Rodgers situation. I think he is playing next year. I think that's what his intention is.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers.
He's going to the
Where's
Vikings.
Minnesota?
Yeah.
Now,
I can see it.
I'll make this be a hot take here. The Giants don't want a black quarterback so bad.
Oh, shit.
They got no choice, right?
TJ,
Like they got no choice, TJ. It's only 2.
I love that. I hate how much I
If they
love
look,
but I love that.
I love it too. But look,
These motherfuckers are like, we
let me tell
can't
you
have
something.
it.
If they don't do it this year and it falls to them, if Shadua or I don't think both will be there, but if one is there and they don't, I'm like, bro, I gotta call it. I gotta be like, yeah, man.
No, if they don't get, I'm telling
This
you,
is the most racist organization.
What I'm telling you
in the
right now, they are licking their lips. The moment the Jets said they're not welcome.
You don't even gotta move.
Yeah, he ain't got to move one
He
bit.
gotta move.
He's got to walk down the street.
You ain't gotta move.
Said I'm free,
Same facility.
baby.
Bro,
The Giants are sitting there like we.
If that happens, I will never want the Giants to win anything ever in life. Not a game.
I don't want them to win now.
I will call for every black player to leave. Like, dude, come on,
I'm
man.
telling
You don't want to win.
I'm telling you.
After the Saquon shit on top of it, oh, you need to fire yourself.
I'm telling you, they have been having an
wild.
internal struggle at the thought of having some thug.
You are so lucky that team still exists.
I've
Aaron's
heard,
got good fundamentals. He's a technical guy.
I've heard
Very
this
smart.
telling
theory
you.
from Rakeen as well that Steelers, maybe that's not happening.
I hope
No.
the fuck
No
not.
way that's happening. Though I think
That's foolish.
No.
the
Yeah.
whole reason, because how much would we have to pay him?
Yeah. How much of a pain in the ass would he be?
And also, it'd be a huge pain.
Like
in the ass.
Tomlin and him, like, I don't see those.
No,
two
they would not gel.
personalities.
He's out the league.
Possibly.
I do. I don't think anybody.
I don't think a
would
team
want
would
It
take a swing.
depends
Not
on how
on
many
either.
people liked his documentary.
Yeah.
Oh, and then
him. Maybe
gosh,
the Titans.
almost slipped my mind.
Yeah, an unserious
yeah,
team,
yeah.
maybe.
Today's other big announcement was Debo.
I missed
Yep.
that. Oh, just barely caught that one, but that was
Good for him too. Get
because
the
of our
fuck.
Discord.
That is a sinking ship.
They need to fire Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, big time. Big time.
And who do you think Debo's going to? I think Debo, again, these are all marketable players. These are just big names who are fit the trade block.
Like any form of like 49ers, they
What,
always
you
want
think
to tie.
somehow Debo ends up on the fucking Ravens so they have the
God
perfect
damn it,
triple
man,
option?
I don't want that.
They get the perfect triple option that they don't
use?
call.
Yeah,
Yes, I was going to say.
I can see that though. Honestly, now I can totally see that
AFC
shit.
championship game. That's their peak. Like,
Man, because I
their
mean,
ceiling.
like we all like looked at that. It's like
Debo asked for a trade,
it's
Calamity.
no options being run here. Yeah, Debo is such a like a hybrid player. Yeah, of course the Ravens would get him and not utilize him in the way that offense should have. Like if Debo got added to that offense, it should be an unstoppable offense because no one would know what the fuck.
They should have been unstoppable this year.
I know. I was the same way. I thought the same thing. I'm
Their
like,
roster it's arguably the second or third best.
Yeah.
It's like the three best
Yes.
rosters, when all healthy, are like Eagles,
I'm
Lions,
telling you,
Ravens.
they are. Look, it is no team I fear for my team other than the fucking Ravens. We can't beat them. We never will. And I know because D'Amico just doesn't know how to deal with it. He just doesn't know. So like,
You know what you guys need? Take it from us. We have a good record against the
You do.
Ravens. You need a Chris Boswell.
we don't have that. As
He
you
will
saw.
solo that
As you
team.
saw, we don't have that at all.
He will headshot, no scope that team.
We have the opposite of that. And Kaimi Fairbairn, that motherfucker needs to go back to Hawaii. Can we deport people back to Hawaii?
Deport? That's not how that works.
That's what we're doing now, right?
Samantha,
Fuck.
Samantha had a. Speaking of kickers, Samantha had a take. She said it on Friday, and I think she's going to be right about this. I think the Eagles are going to lose this game by a missed field goal by Jake Elliott.
I can see that. I can see this being a close, very frustrating game.
I think that is that not the most feasible outcome you've heard?
Here,
And especially with the weird kickoff magic.
Yeah.
I mean the weird kick, a field goal magic that the Chiefs have had this year, where motherfuckers will just lose their shit.
I hope that ends today, but like it probably does. I'm pretty sure
It's just
that
gonna come down to a field goal again.
They sacrifice people, so I'm sure it extends to the full Super Bowl. Like, man, I don't know how the fuck they've won the games that they've won. This has been it's not a good team.
The Chiefs?
Overall,
Yeah,
they're
the coach. The coach.
Not a great team. A good team. Good coach. No, it's been luck. Like, it's been
These are-
actual luck that they've won some of these.
But this year feels different than last year. They look better than they did last year.
They look better, but like the games was still. How many games did
It's
they
a weird
win?
thing where I think they look better, but not like
They just don't put
they
it
don't
out.
feel better.
They don't
but they
feel
look better.
They do.
It's weird.
It feels
but also
smoother, but like.
Thank
but
you
at
for
the
pointing-
same time, it's teams that are equally as good as them.
Thank
And
you for calling that out,
It doesn't
Rakeem.
work.
It is voodoo spells because
It
it's New
feels like
Orleans.
it.
Voodoo. I'm
It
telling you,
feels like
that shit's gonna
Did you
happen.
say because of Mormons?
Shadow Man.
Yeah, like they've got some. If
Like,
you
I
see
know-
some
look,
black
Hey,
man
man,
with
if-
face paint
I
come
was
out.
about to say if the Shadow
you
Man
know
worked,
what's
Aaron
happening.
Rodgers would have more than one Super Bowl.
But look,
So many.
yeah, he would be. He would absolutely
Many
be.
times.
He would be healthy.
Hey, does Kendrick Lamar sing "Not Like Us" and get sued?
Oh no, he sings.
Oh, he's
loud like
gonna
us.
sing it.
100%. He's gonna.
Call him a pedophile, or is he going to censor pedophile?
No, he will absolutely.
No,
say
what he's
the
gonna do
words.
is
Certified lover boy, certified.
Yep, and he's gonna
I'm
let
gonna
everybody
say
else
and then
say it.
He'll wait for it, and then he'll say.
Wow, 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 wow! I'm ready for it.
He's gonna crip walk while saying it.
I forgot that this Super Bowl is the first one not sponsored by Pepsi in a while.
Really? Who's it sponsored by?
Apple.
Ugh.
Oh, that's weird.
I know it's weird, but it also means that like they can probably get away
They
with
can
just
get away with a lot more. Yeah, they
yeah.
can.
Slurs down.
No, Apple is really about like because they sponsor like the SNL performances. Like they don't give a fuck. They'll just do.
They're
what
a more
you-
creatively
Please watch
led
Yeah,
company.
get eyes on us. Yeah.
Please watch Apple TV.
If this is controversial, people will see who sponsored this.
You think he's not going? You think he's not going to sing the song that he just
you
won
know
5
Kendrick.
Grammys
You
for?
know Kendrick. He don't give a fuck.
5 Grammys on
Over
a
Drake?
single song.
Come on. Yeah, he doesn't care.
not
He's gonna.
That man is not
You think he
detoured.
brings out Drake duct tape and murder him?
That might be where he draws the line.
That might be the Chiefs' sacrifice to win the Super Bowl.
No, I'm about to say, if there's any team that would sacrifice a human being to win a Super Bowl, it's Philly. Philly would give up a child.
They
to do
eat
that.
I don't think they know how to.
That city is ruthless.
I don't think they know how to do magic. That's a barbarian culture.
That's rough. Isn't it?
You're expecting them to do warlock spells and shit.
Philly is low on mana.
Philly's the ogres of this
Motherfuckers are like magic. Magic.
They ain't the wisest, but they're scrappy. They're right.
Yeah.
They're blue
0 in
collar.
intelligence, buddy.
0. Hey, look. Can they fight? Yes. They can.
That's. I want them to fire spells. They can't even
They
fire
can't do
kicks.
that. They can't do that. But hey, it's a lot
They're
of them,
going-
and they can fight.
They're going to bourbon and
clean.
cleaning it and cleaning the streets with their tongues, bro. That's how they work in Philly.
Does New Orleans survive the night?
No.
Fuck no.
No, New Orleans and
Oh,
Philly
no.
being in conjunction is a recipe for nuclear
Katrina.
disaster.
That's Katrina too,
Dude,
That's what that. That's what that is. Yeah, no, that's a
Electric
bad
boogaloo.
combo, man.
I
There will
legit-
not be anything left of New Orleans.
Last
tomorrow.
note that I'm going to bring up about this Super Bowl. Did you notice that, well, first of all, a whole bunch of Eagles got sick. Apparently, they're better now because when you're a D1 athlete, that It's just what happens.
Yeah.
But a whole bunch of reporters and analysts got sick too, eating the food there.
Oh, I saw that. A guy got murdered. Like, it was a whole ass.
Yeah, it was not. It was a sad story. He got
It's really
murdered,
fucked up. Yeah, like
and his daughter's alone now.
Yeah, how
Ever.
about we don't have Super Bowls in New Orleans?
Ever? That's what I said.
Like they had it there this year. I was like, really? Okay.
I was like, no, give up hope on that entire state.
They weren't doing that shit last year in Minnesota. They were calm. Vegas. Oh, when was Minnesota? Was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That shit was calm. Vegas, they should not have.
I had to know. Literally, I told y'all. I had a friend who lost 50 G's just existing
In New Orleans.
In New Orleans.
Yeah, like it
they
was
don't
nothing.
care.
Clockwork.
And I don't dislike New Orleans. We're there all the time.
Well, the last time.
Yeah, I love. Like, it's one of my favorite.
The last
cities.
time there was
It's not there for
am I wrong in saying the last time there was a Super Bowl in New Orleans, that's when the power went out?
Oh,
Was that the last time they did it?
Was that the Niners-Ravens one?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was in New
The Harbaugh
Orleans?
Bowl.
That was in New Orleans.
That was in New Orleans.
Oh, my God.
Was that the last time they had it there?
Well, I don't know if they don't normally repeat cities that often. That
They
was
do.
like
It's like the same 5 cities. Yeah. It's like the same. Like NRG's always on that list.
Oh,
so yeah,
man.
that's how I know.
I'm just-
I don't. That's wild.
It's
Just isn't. It's not equipped for that.
But you know what they did? And we can end off on this. You know what they did? They also let the best quarterback loose in New Orleans and just said, you know what, fuck it. You go have a great, grand old time. Jameis
had
is
a-
fucking having a
I was
ball.
gonna say, they gave him a yacht. Did you see
Bro,
that shit?
they literally drank daiquiris.
This is on my TikTok.
He got that crab leg sponsorship, and he's been losing his mind.
Oh my god.
He is having the time of his fucking
Fox
life.
News gave him a mic and said,
They gave the
"Fuck
man
it."
a mic.
He's just doing shit.
Look, can I say this right now? He needs to retire and just become a personality. Because I will watch some Jameis Winston
And
NFL coverage.
I was 100%.
He literally was like, I love that
100%
purple
right.
drink as he's drinking voodoo.
Can I say something even more? You'll probably agree with it. They need to replace Terry Bradshaw with him.
Oh, man.
I really do think so. Same type of, like, they got that same weird, like, over energetic person, but Terry's half
I was
dead
gonna
now.
say, Jameis should be like the next Tom Green.
He's just having a ball.
I would see a Freddy Got Fingered sequel starring Jameis Winston.
I hate that movie. But I would see it if Jameis was in it. I would see it if Jameis was in it.
I implore you, if you haven't kept up with any of the scenes, go to Fox. And I don't even.
It's a whole.
And it's a whole
it's
saga.
a whole journey.
He's just loose.
Well, they gave him. They gave.
Carrying a rickshaw.
Yeah,
Biking a rickshaw.
they gave him money and access and gave him a camera and said, "Go." It's well worth the watch.
He was interviewing Saquon, and he was like, "Hey, Saquon, what team should I play for next year?" Like he's just doing shit.
Yeah, he was asking Saquon for a job, basically.
What do you think that movie would be called? The sequel to Freddy Got Fingered starring Jameis.
Oh, God.
Jameis got butt fucked?
No subtlety at all. Yes,
No, none.
Not for Jameis.
Holding crab legs on the poster.
Also, the winner of Pick'ems.
Oh,
Who won?
of course. Who do you think?
Oh, good
Give
for
me
you.
that shit.
Just give the man an applause.
My acceptance speech.
I quit
Hey.
week 3.
I missed 2 weeks and somehow got third. I still beat 2.
Wow.
These two dudes were missing a lot.
I missed 1
Oh,
week. And
I mean-
I lost the season.
No,
Yeah.
after I was active and was from 4th place, I said, "There's no catching." Once I calculated,
No,
there's
it's no catching up to a certain
let
point.
y'all
That's
go
where I
to
was
the
at, and I'm like, yeah,
Marcos
he's got
almost
it.
tied me. He tied me up. That was
This is your greatest challenger. He'll get you one of these years.
he did.
I won the first 2 years. I think.
Last year, did
Marcos
you?
and I have
Oh, there you
split.
go. You split.
Yeah, he won 2
Okay.
years and I won 2
And
years.
I would have won the year that I was drugged with Four Loko.
Four Loko came in clutch.
That still makes that's made. Oh, I'm boiling.
Well, I got a Cracker of the Year award. Thanks.
I did it, bro.
I'm about to ask if Jameis
This
is
is
going
the
to help
highlight of
Antonio
Gert's
with
life.
that game.
That's right.
Honest to God, I think Gertz would be super like proud if Antonio Brown like pinpointed him as Cracker of the Year.
I'm no fan of Antonio Brown, but I would accept that award with gusto.
You do remember that?
I hate you, you lousy motherfucker, but thank you for this.
totally acceptable.
Yeah.
You do remember that this show started with a segment that was just you asking Gertz questions because you didn't understand him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Like when I discovered that he liked fried chicken, it did genuinely surprise me.
What the fuck?
And I am sorry. I am very sorry for that.
Do you understand me now, Tommy?
Absolutely.
Okay.
After these 4 years, of course, I get it now. It's no mystery you have, Gertz, that like I'm baffled by anymore.
That's good because I'm not that opaque.
No, you're pretty simple.
Yeah.
You're
White Gertz, so
He's like a mixed race man. Is it?
Kelsey.
He is.
He's missing a
No, don't do that to
He's
him.
missing a fade.
He's Dak Prescott. There you go.
I don't think I code switch like Travis does.
That's what I'm saying. That's why,
Yeah.
you're Dak. You're the same all the time. But you can go to cookouts. You're invited to our cookouts.
Thanks.
Yeah. Gertz is good people.
It's been a fun few years. Thank you guys.
For letting you spew your hot takes.
Nonsense, flavored nonsense.
We
over here.
will still be doing pick'ems. Y'all just won't see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
It continues within this group.
Tommy, I'm sorry I compared you to Joel Embiid earlier. That was out of line.
I'm okay with that.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I love Joel.
Yeah, why don't you get your apologies out? This last moment.
Oh, I apologize about nothing.
Of course.
No hot. Look, I went back and forth on many a hot take because I can.
And you know,
I just
You
did.
actually only admitted you were wrong once, and I actually have the date saved.
That's incredible.
Well, yeah, you said
I've been wrong way more than once.
The Rams should fire Sean McVay.
Yeah, November
Oh yeah, I did say that.
November-
That was a foolish take. I admit that was
November
A foolish
7th. It was the only time you ever admitted you were wrong on this show
What was it about?
about Sean McVay.
Oh yeah, that was true. That's on me. That was on me.
Gertz, I'm sorry Tommy compared you to Cooper Cup because
He looked like Cooper Cup to me that day.
That day?
That day. In retrospect, he doesn't, but like that day,
It wasn't
in
just
my
a
mind,
day.
Cooper Cup looked
You
more
ju-
like him than he actually looked.
You were trying to die on that hill for months.
Well, I'm not going to back down.
There's a podcaster.
Like you gotta dig in.
podcaster out there that has a hat that says "Not Sam Darnold," and I sent it to Gertz, and I was like, "I need to make you this hat
Not
for the end
Cooper Kupp.
not Cooper Cup."
And everyone but Tommy would be like, yeah, no shit.
Like, are you sure? Look at this guy. You serious?
Gertz, my favorite memory on the show is still when I bet you, and immediately Dak had one of his best games in his career and decided to just start off the game by throwing an interception just so I can be fucked. And he literally threw an interception and then balled out. First play of the game. Just said fuck it.
That got you to a place where you're like, oh, this motherfucker's gonna throw like 2.
Yeah.
But just get him out the way early, and we
fact-
can proceed.
They
Like,
won that game.
They did.
Oh, handedly.
They won
He
other games with
demolished.
multiple
Yeah.
interceptions.
That-
But you knew he was gonna do it.
I knew he threw a pick before I even turned the game
Yeah,
on.
right.
It happened that early.
It happened so fresh. It was like the moment those words came out of my mouth, like do myself to failure. I still think about that and say I fucked myself.
It is. I would say my favorite moment, and I know I don't honestly give a fuck about clicks or views or anything like that, and not a lot of people saw it unless you're a diehard. But I still love that moment so much, and it's when you lectured TJ as Tua on how you would fire him.
It still hold even today.
Yeah.
Like I could say that argument today, and it would still hold up.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't
You don't-
though. He
you
doesn't
don't-
work really though, anymore. Like he doesn't. He's broken. That's a broken man that needs to be like in a commentator booth.
What did
Or
you say?
a coach to a little
You
league
could be
team.
my Weber or something like that? You could be my Weber or something?
He did say you don't work no more.
He don't work no more. He would be like a mascot. I was saying, like, what do you call it? Like an ambassador. Yeah, he could be an ambassador to the team.
You said you just wanted him to be on your yacht as a friend.
I would just to keep him safe from himself, and also because he seems like a nice guy.
Or XO, no, you want a house? We'll get you a house.
Well, yeah, the Dolphins should give him whatever he wants to keep him safe. If they truly cared about the man, they would do that. He would not be playing right now. They don't care about him. I lost respect for McDaniels. I didn't have respect for the organization, but like McDaniels, I lost respect for. You need to fire him.
Yeah.
You need to just have the hard conversation with Tua and be like,
I'm
"Bruh,
surprised.
buddy.
I think we were just in a slow
Make him
season.
a QB coach.
It might have also happened in that rash of like 2 solid weeks of football back to back to back. But Tamar Hamlin killing Tua this year was pretty.
And dying himself.
That was wild.
A lot of things happened.
A crazy amount of football things.
Gertz, what about
happen
you?
here.
I've got one to attribute to each of you guys. I mean, TJ, yours. I mean, you're scouting for tight ends. It is one of my favorite things I've
It's
heard.
the best.
Like, it's probably
Him in his Colonel Sanders outfit, scouting for tight ends in rural Nebraska.
Yeah. Looking for like the biggest, whitest corn-fed.
Now you know. Nah, y'all think that's a joke. It's not a joke. I look for them big and I look for them extra corn-fed and country
Motherfucker walks
red.
around with a
That's
tape
it.
measure.
One line.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking for a guy who hasn't seen a black man until he got to college.
Yeah, I'm looking for a man who attributed every African American to ghetto. Like I want true blue mama. I saw one of them colored folks type tight end. That's what I want.
Overalls. Born in overalls.
Yeah.
But, no, I can,
Grits.
yeah, I can see TJ just wanted. All right, you a good buck, ain't you, boy?
You one of the good ones. That's a real thing. I do that off camera.
With a toothpick in his mouth for some reason. A straw, yeah. There you go.
Tommy, yours, I mean, we didn't hear it much this season,
What?
but it was, he ain't got the ingredients.
Oh, I did. I gave that to you as a gift. That was your Christmas. That was your birthday
That
present.
and the loving of football, because I ended up being.
I actually, I applied that so I'm like, he doesn't love football. I use it in my actual.
I think that is.
It's true.
It's such a an astute. It sounds simple, but when
It's real.
But when you see it, you know it.
You know it.
And when you
Like,
first said it, I was like, "Oh, that's."
I couldn't
bullshit.
describe it to you, but I could, that's it. Like, you could tell the guys who do that. Like,
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts loves some football. Trevor Lawrence, no.
I was going to bring that up.
Hard
That was
no.
when I was like, you know what? When Tommy first said, it, I was like, this is such bullshit. But it was Trevor Lawrence.
Watch
that
this
made-
guy twice a year, man. Like, he is not it.
And I was like, he's right. He doesn't love it.
And now I look at play. I'm like, he doesn't love football. I say it all.
It's some ain't got the ingredients.
Yes.
You have the heart, you have all the, but you
Yeah.
guys,
The ingredient.
Doesn't love football.
Cam Newton does not
He
love
does not
football.
love football.
Good at football.
Good at it.
Good at it.
Athletic, natural
He
talent.
loves what football can give him.
Yeah,
but he
didn't go
doesn't
that
love
extra
football.
mile.
I'm also with you, Oro. You giving well wishes to Kurtz this funny.
I told my parents that story, and they were like, that sounds really nice. And I was like,
Thank you.
It wasn't the fact that you wished me well. It was the fact that you were acting like you went out of your way to do it.
It's not easy for me, Gertz. It really isn't easy. No, quick question. Have I wished anybody else in this room, including the guy that just walked out,
He's
well
not
wishes?
wished us well wishes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You are the only person that has
Our
gotten it.
birthday's
And I
on the-
mean it, Gertz. I want the best for you.
I'll be honest, you guys aren't missing much. Just kidding.
I was about to say our birthdays are on the same day, and you didn't wish me
Yeah,
well.
nothing.
look
Not
at
a
it.
thing. Not a thing. But I'm okay with that, because I know you got your well wishes.
And
And that means something to me.
Marcos, I mean, you just sang my Colts every time.
Team, man.
It was just,
And I respect it. I still respect
we had a
it.
full arc where I finally.
This man bought a Flacco jersey.
Well, he had it beforehand, and that's when I fully accepted it. Because at first with the Vikings, I was like, "Don't do that," and I
did it.
and then you kept saying my Colts, and I was like, "Don't do that" until they got Flacco, and then I was like.
We can't tell him anything now.
I was like, we've gone full circle here.
Yeah.
This man is ride or die with
He is.
Flacco.
It's his team.
This man
He
went to
ri-
see the Colts play while
that
wearing a
team-
Ravens
Let
jersey.
me tell you something. Gertz, that team was terrible, and he still supported them. So that's a spot. I got two. My one is Gertz always picking the Titans and finding out the hard way. That's a terrible spot.
Not a good strategy on my part.
You really believed in the time.
I
It was the worst thing I'd ever. I knew how this was gonna go, and he just continued to do it. So I milked him for I won 2 or 3 bets.
You won at least 2,
Yeah,
maybe
from just
3.
your blissful ignorance of choosing the Tennessee Titans to win anything.
I'm not picking the Patriots, even though they got trades. I'm not doing
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. That's still a rough team. They'll get there eventually. But I enjoyed this shit. Honestly, like we all have these thoughts about sports and shit, and you just want to say them. I have many a hot take on that.
Actually, your only hot
Hold on,
take.
I got another award.
What you got?
We also have sports podcast host of the Mexcellence of the Year going to Marcos.
Yes.
You killed it. Killed it.
Thank you
I
so
see this every time I went to Ross.
Oh, see,
I thought of you.
Oh, hey, that's good.
Peacemaker.
Specifically in his underwear. Yeah,
Moderated a lot
That's
of
pretty
insane
great.
shit during
You
the
did,
show.
and you kept it cool all the time.
Yeah.
This shit went off the rails.
A lot. The last
Yeah.
the last episode before this episode is only half football.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Yeah, Tommy, you being a whore, sleeping with
yeah.
the
That was
Bengals
the
and
second
Steelers.
part I was gonna say. That was my second favorite moment. Like, look, I went through a hard time. Me and my team broke up for a little bit. They cheated on me. It was a whole thing.
nigga, you slept on the couch.
They slept on the couch.
Now you were out.
I went out on Saturdays with the Bengals and the Steelers. It
Disgusting.
was a good time. It
was gross.
a good time.
It was gross. I
loved
hated
it.
that time.
I loved
Yeah,
my time in
Fucking
the.
cat chlamydia doing that shit.
Cat chlamydia.
I learned to appreciate the Cincinnati Bengals and have a newfound respect for the Steelers, but I didn't belong there. That's not where I belong. It's a lot over there.
Fuck you.
I need to go back to my nice, comfortable AFC South. Once we start to act right,
It's a good woman.
it's a good woman. At the end of the day,
This one
the Texans was a good woman. They made me promises.
Your Coretta.
this one's kind
My
of
Coretta Scott King.
this one's kind of a sideways jab at Sammy in a way, and he didn't even know it. I love when Tommy pulled up eating someone else's pizza and was getting yelled at.
I'd do it again. I don't know.
That's the worst part. Y'all thought that was like, no, that's just Tommy.
And then
Stole my cereal, ate my
I
pizza.
did.
and that was the thing that he was really mad about is that
Yeah, Brandon was some hoe shit, but it's fine. I'm okay with it.
is Sam was in the middle of doing the ad, and so he was like, "You got a pizza before I got a pizza."
You live here. You could have gotten a pizza at any point. I don't know why that's my fault. I walked in. It's pizza. It wasn't a note that said "Don't eat the pizza." So fuck it. I'm gonna eat the pizza.
Why did,
How long have you known me?
Like a week after this happened, he goes, "Hey, were those your pepperoni Pringles? Pizza Pringles?" I had a couple. I hadn't tried them in a year. I go, "What the fuck?" They were just there on my counter.
I told you. It didn't matter.
later.
Doesn't matter when. I was honest.
The box was open. What a gracious
That's what I was thinking.
open. It wasn't
That's what I
open.
was thinking.
It wasn't open.
It was laid out. It was displayed like a CC's buffet. It was displayed.
Hold on. And then you go, "You shouldn't get CC's. It's bad for you." That's what you said.
Trying to help you out, and I don't know how that
Did he
falls
say it
on
with
Dick.
his mouth full of CC's?
I'm poor. I need CC's. Okay,
This is terrible for you.
That's literally how it felt like.
take this off
But
your
no,
hands.
it is a genuine blast. You guys got to see us kind of hang out and actually shoot the shit with sports because we actually, as you can tell from the show, we genuinely love sports. And so we're still watching sports, whether we're here or not.
Running backs are prostitutes on the street. They're about
Thank y'all
as just as
for showing
disposable.
up.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for showing up. Thank
Yeah.
y'all for making it fun.
Appreciate that.
Thank y'all for, taking about 3 years off my life by entertaining you with Four Loko because
I would say the Four Locos alone did that.
fuck no, dude. I didn't. And
Damn,
also
I
they
should have got
introduced
some for.
Yeah, this would have been a great.
No.
To get to the bar.
I think the orange juice and champagne was a solid choice.
Yeah, and that's
was classy. It was
And we
very
have a whole
classy.
bar we got to go to.
This is true.
Yeah, that's true.
Which, on that note, we're gonna go ahead and hit the streets, guys.
It's
Thank
not our
y'all.
last show of the, but last sports.
It was.
I'm gonna tell the people. I'm gonna tell the people. 10-hour live stream Saturday, the 22nd of February. That's like not this the coming Saturday, but the next Saturday. Open house. No plans. I'm gonna have old footage,
Freestyle.
and I'm gonna have old pictures and things, and it's just gonna be a retrospective on the Mexcellence.
You're gonna make me cry.
And everybody's gonna come. Like I'm gonna invite Corey and Martin and Johnny Neal and everybody. And I'm gonna have no furniture, and everyone's gonna buy whatever is in my house because I don't want to move any of this.
And also,
We've got Blackcellence. We got to do.
I'm about to say I don't know what. Look,
To be special.
I do. I still want to do that. By the way,
We got.
like I'm all from this point forward. I'm probably all in on this.
Yeah,
I'll
I
see
said-
quite a bit.
We have 4 episodes.
Yes.
We'll plan it out at the bar, but that's it. It's 4 episodes, and then he's gone.
So we've got. So don't worry. We've got the Blackcellence Bonanza, aka Black People.
Yeah, Blackapalooza.
If you've never watched a Black, if you've never watched the Blackcellence, how we always start off, how I always start off is, "Hey, what up, Black people?" So we'll see y'all there.
We got a lot to talk about.
We black.
I also do that, but I always say, "What up, Black people?"
Quick question: how much of Return of the Mac can we play? Okay, cool. There you go.
Return on, man.
Gonna need that for that episode.
Just one last thing. I do hope that if the Eagles win, it's because Cooper DeJean got an interception for pick 6.
I would love to see that.
Exciting whites.
Rare. You know who you look like? Cooper DeJean.